great, and I hope you have more than 4, more than 8, more than 10. Let's just keep this thing rolling. Happy birthday.
Hi, I'm Ann Myrna with Acrostar Productions, wishing a happy 4th birthday to the HORRORific podcast. I've enjoyed being a guest and listening to Colin's reviews.
Hey, just want to say a big shout out. Happy birthday to the HORRORific podcast. Nicely done, you guys. 4 years old and counting, so keep up the good work. Cheers.
Bert Gummer here, calling from you live from, I believe this is Larry Norville's attic. He allowed me to use this space for just a little bit. His Wi-Fi is the best one out here in perfection. And anyway, I've been watching your podcast, and I gotta say, love you both a lot. The HORRORific podcast is a terrific podcast. And you guys are giving us all the best information out here. Chris, with those crazy theories, well, I'm going to be the first one to tell you this. Ain't so crazy, bud. And Colin? Old Civil War is coming to America, but it's not between the humans, it's between us and the Precambrian bastards. So you boys keep doing what you can with what you got. Get that critical need-to-know information out there, and remember that Bert Gummer, well, he's always got your back. All right, boys, live from perfection. It's Saturday night.
Hi, it's Chris Regan. I just wanted to say happy birthday to the podcast, to the HORRORific podcast. Congratulations, dear Colin, on getting to 4 years. That's pretty impressive. I do a podcast myself, and I think we're somewhere around our second year. So it's and to put out the amount of content that you put out is kind of incredible. I don't really understand how you managed to do that and also watch all the films. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Frankenstein episode that was on, and enjoyed listening to the podcast, watching the videos. So yeah, congratulations, well done.
Happy anniversary! We're Infinite Monkey Tales and Brother of the Dice wish you a very happy 4th anniversary. We're incredibly proud to be working in association with you and look forward to many more collaborations in the future. All the very best.
Yay!
Do we say something else now?
Leave that on. Leave that on.
Okay, on the count of 3, everybody go, yay!
What are you doing?
Because I said so, and you're going to cut it in at the end. Right, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Yay! I thought you weren't going to do it. Do it again. Ready? Right, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Well, you wankers.
Hi, this is MJ Mars, wishing the HORRORific podcast a very happy birthday.
Hey there, this is Anthony M. Caro, wishing a happy anniversary to the HORRORific podcast. Many thanks for having me as a guest, and many, many more thanks for giving me hours of cool stuff to listen to.
Well, hey, we are here.
Fucking did it somehow.
That's 4 years.
Excellent. Yay!
Yeah, there was like, I think that's the longest. See, people that don't like long intros, suck it.
Yeah, right.
However, there's one missing.
4 years.
Yeah,
wow.
There's one birthday message missing, so thought I'd play it and let you hear it. Because somebody thought it was more important to spend time with their family and go to Disney places. I don't know, Splitter.
Oh, Jesus!
There's a screenshot the half. Yeah, unfortunately, Chris couldn't make it tonight, so here he is.
Hello, HORRORific podcast. This is your buddy Chris. It took me 17
buddy,
takes to say that word
buddies
correctly.
turn up.
Jeez,
yeah.
Made the channel something easier, maybe. But I just wanted to wish you all a happy birthday celebration. Wish I could be there live, but be honest, isn't this much cooler? I feel like one of them celebrities at a award show, right? Sending in a video clip. But besides just wishing you a happy birthday, I thought it'd be fun and also narcissistic of me to try to squeeze in this thought. You know, the 5 regular contributors to the channel, Colin, Del, Steven, Cam, and myself, we have such diverse tastes in movies. And I thought, is it possible to come up with a movie that hits on all 5 of our eclectic tastes? And I started thinking, Okay, so just to recap.
We've already done that. We
the
gushed
5
about, like,
regular
movies.
contributors to the channel have very strong and diverse tastes in movies. Colin, of course, enjoys strong characterization in his movies. Dell, she enjoys the paranormal ghosts in her movies. Steven, of course, Steven enjoys classic horror films. Of course, Cam enjoys a good cheesy slasher now and again. And myself, I prefer the more comedic aspect of horror movies. So, like the mighty Voltron, is it possible for us 5 to merge together and find one movie that hits on all 5 notes? I say yes.
Long ago, from uncharted regions of the universe, comes a legend. The legend of Voltron.
And the name of that movie is The Undertaker and His Pals. It's a 1966 American horror comedy film directed by T.L.P. Swicegood. I know what you're thinking. Where's T.L.P. been? Huh? But he made this one. That's all that matters. Its film stars Warren Ott, classic Warren Ott, James Westmoreland, of course, and it's about 2 motorcyclists who use their psychopathic tendencies to supply a mortician with a steady stream of business. And I did a lot of research. Google. And basically this movie has all those 5 elements. Strong characterization, paranormal, classic horror movie, cheesy slasher with a comedic element. And I think this is the perfect movie to celebrate the birthday bash of the channel. So that would be fun, maybe, if we could all review that one in the future. Anyway, I just wanted to say happy birthday, congratulations on the first 5 years. Looking forward to the next 5 years, hopefully much more. So, signing off, happy birthday. Keep it creepy, keep it horrorific.
There we go.
What a traitor.
So, yeah, there's one for the future.
Oh, when he's on top of one of the rides that's up high, that he gets stuck.
He'll be in the teacups, let's be honest.
Right.
Seriously, though, thanks for everyone being here. Absolutely fantastic. I'll just give a quick thanks to everyone that sent a birthday message and get all the formalities out of the way. But thanks to AJ Brown, Anne Murner, Arthur L. Strange, Chris Regan, Levi Dillon, Berlatz Lewitt, I probably butchered his name, MJ Mars, Tony M. Caro, Eric Capitan, who sneaked in last minute, so check our socials for that. And of course, the folks at Infinite Monkey Tales and Brotherhood of Dice. That's Anne, Dyleth, Mark, Mia Nerva, and Flea. So, 1 or 2 people might like us.
Yes.
We also share
I've just got to grab a drink. Hold on. I've just got to grab a drink. I'm not into product placement whatsoever. Right.
Yeah, there's the products would sponsor us not to feature them.
I mean, that's kind of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Product misplacement.
You see, we'll get the cease and desist.
Well, I was going to have a coffee, but I don't know which one to have. Oh,
What are you doing?
product placement. Hurry on.
So, as usual, we've no plan for this, by the way. Yeah, we're going to make a plan, and I thought, nah, that would just be starting something new, and we don't do that here.
Nah.
But honestly, guys, 4 years, God, you don't see the time go in.
Right.
I don't know how long
Flies,
I've been with you. About 2, isn't it?
You were meant to do some research and then tell us all about it, Steve.
Was I?
Yes. It's on the notes. Too busy writing down all his dad jokes.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. No, basically this came about. Cameron and I were involved with another podcast, which was basically storytelling and radio plays. Is how we kind of started out. And basically over the course of 7 years, we managed to get out the grand total of 26 of the main episodes. Because people were late, people fighting with each other, divas storming off and storming in and all sorts of. I mean, it was an absolute headache.
Yeah, it was fun.
So it was a case of, do you know what? Let's strip it all down. We're overcomplicating things, and the more you get other people
You
involved.
don't want me to strip?
No, Stephen.
No, don't strip.
Oh, you just said strip it up. Oh, never mind.
We're not. That's for the OnlyFans link. To keep those video separate. But yeah, God, we were just banging our heads off a wall, and fuck, it was just like, right, I can't do this anymore. You know, it's sick and tired dodging around egos. So we come up with that. Just thought, you know what? Let's keep it simple. Do what we enjoy doing, and sure enough, that's when we started off obviously with horrific tales. So that was featuring authors doing little bits of narrated fiction, but rather than having like
a lot easier with just one fucking person doing it.
Yeah, God. See, some of the sound files will get in as well. They were atrocious. People would be recording on their phones, like walking down the street and stuff, and all shit in the background. And clean that up, you bollocks.
Oh
like,
my God.
But yeah, the first year though was a real challenge, wasn't it, mate?
Oh my God. The challenge wasn't the recording. The recording was easy as fuck. It was you and I trying to talk together. Technology fucking sucks. I had shit internet. You barely had internet. You were pretty much rubbing two sticks together and hoping something would happen. It was rough.
Yeah.
When I went back to
talk about shit internet, you should be where I am, mate. Lucky if we get 13 meg here.
Shit.
No, it was bad. Plus, I was using an old laptop and stuff, and it just wasn't. Yeah, like we had to disappear, like the first year's worth of content.
Yeah, it was unwatchable.
Ah. Wow. What a waste.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's a learning process. You know, you can't be discouraged by it. That's when people are saying, "Oh, I can't do this," or "It's too hard," or "I don't know if I'll get anywhere." It's like, you just gotta try. Yes, you'll fail. Things won't be perfect and clipped. Never will be. You know, they'll never be that. You know what I mean? If you have that high bar, you'll never reach it, if that makes sense. But it's about keeping trying. The shit I used to take by offering to authors, here, folks, we'll feature a chapter of your book if you want, if you have something coming out, and then give us the links, etc. You're a grifter, you're this. I got some mad, absolute mad messages coming through, like in the first year. It was bonkers.
I think the thing with that, though, you get so many people on the internet saying, "Would you like me to review your book?" You know, I get emails. I've had a dozen emails today saying, "Would you like me to review your book?" You know, and when I can remember the day then that you contacted me. I thought, "Oh my God, another loony." You know?
Well, you weren't wrong. Let's be honest.
So it's all about picking the right kind of loony.
Yeah, I know that. I did. Yeah, no, he seemed all right this one.
I think that's why I made a point of saying chapter or excerpt, you know, not a full. I wasn't trying to get free books, if that makes sense. But I was just putting that language clear. But even then,
I'm not gonna bitch though. Like the people that sent full books, it's like, oh, cool, yeah, I'll pick a chapter and read it, and then just read the rest.
There were some people though who were sending their KDP links and stuff. That, you know, okay, yeah, you can buy this book and do it. And the ones that were like, you're talking like 15, 20 quid Kindle books. Like they really were sticking their arm. I was like, do you think I'm completely stupid? I know I'm partly stupid, but even I can twig on when somebody's stroking me.
Oh dear.
Yeah, because I had joined a few writers group. Is that how we all kind of came on board?
Yeah. I saw you advertising to read out people's short stories, and I'd had quite a few other ones pop up, but something about your one, I don't know, I can't remember what it was, but I sent you in, I think it was Searching for Lucy, and you read it out. And that was it. I was just like, oh, this dude's awesome. So, yeah, basically I found you on Facebook.
Yeah, I think that's where primarily I had to leave a lot of those groups in them because, my God, they're all mental. Like, they're proper unhinged. And a lot of indie writers and the indie writers groups don't contain writers. It's very, very strange. They contain a lot of hangers on that just want to stir shit.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I just don't get it. If you're not going to do something, don't do it. Don't keep saying you're going to do something, if that makes sense. Just get on with it.
Yeah.
And your first attempt's never going to be spectacular, but it's a starting point. At least you've crossed the line and you crack on. That's one of the messages, you know me and messaging, but the message of the channel is to freaking have a go at least and find out if something's for you or not.
Oh, absolutely. I remember I had quite a hard time wrapping my head around HORRORific podcast. HORRORific. It took me ages to try and say that.
You try saying it after a couple of glasses of wine as well. When you say
I still fuck it up sometimes.
Yeah.
So
I'm a contributor on horror.
you have to give a bit of attitude with the horror, first.
Yeah.
Yes. HORRORific.
Yeah, and just have that wee space. But my problem is when I encounter the proper word, I can't say it now. I've gone the other way.
You're right. Yes. Now I'm saying everything's horrific, and it's like, no, it's not.
But that's what you do. That's how you get the brand out there.
Yeah.
So, someone actually said to me, how do you spell it? I went, horrorific.
Like it sounds. Jesus.
You'll have to put it on Wikipedia. You made up a whole new word.
It was good.
Hilarious.
Oh God, and it's weird because I'm the most anti-social media person you'll meet. I can't be bothered with it at all, and all the crap that goes with it. It doesn't matter what the platform is. It's the same shit.
Right.
But it's a necessity with this sort of stuff.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is. And for publicizing your books and your reviews and all sorts of stuff, so.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love your channel. And your subscriptions are going up quite really, really well on YouTube. So that's quite good.
It was strange. We hit the 719 mark or something, or the 720 mark, and then it just came to a complete standstill. Like it seems to be in bursts. So we'll pick up some momentum. People come on board, and then it's all looking as if it's great guns, and then something happens, and not just the subscribers, but the viewership. And you can actually watch. You can tell when something's changing in the background because the watch time and all just completely. You watch the videos, and something that might get 50 views just stops, and you're like, but not what the hell?
Yeah. Oh.
But that's a thing. You can't let that stuff rule you, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, drive you insane following that shit.
I know, because my dog's got more followers on our Twitter channel than I have.
I mean, that goes without saying. Like, animals will always win the internet.
Yeah,
as it should
will.
be.
Like 19,000.
But that's when I'm not watching horror movies. That's what I bloody watch. I watch animal sanctuary videos and bird videos and stuff.
Yes.
That's my main. That's all it'll be.
Yeah.
Just...
I mean, it's really not the only thing worth watching nowadays.
If it's got scales or feathers or fur and teeth, I'm all down for it.
But sometimes that stuff makes me cry, so I can't watch it. Dogs being rescued and blah blah blah. It's like, oh, that's really beautiful, but it's making me cry. Yeah, I need more horror when you think about videos.
How nefarious that shit actually is. Like half those videos, if not more, are staged because people are cunts. So yeah, I see anything like that, I immediately flag that shit.
Yeah,
It's like,
if I
nope.
say tribal person saves dog, fucking straight away there.
Oh.
And like they'll save it from a snake. It's the same snake, and they've kept it, and the snake's bashed to bits because they keep grabbing and beating. You know, not just for the puppy, but for the snake too. They're cruel to both.
Yeah, people just need to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Save the animals. Kill the humans.
Well, humanity's doing a good job itself, so just let them crack on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a believer in just let the weirdos, like the proper weirdos, not the bandwagon jumping pretend weirdos, but the actual misfits of society. We'll just crack on as always and do our shit and stay out of it.
Pretty much.
And let them friggin' crack on, and then there's enough like super nerd people amongst our collective that will fix ourselves. You know what I mean? There's always some genius in the background that'll invent something and we'll be all right.
Totally.
Yeah, yeah, the first year was definitely a challenge with us. And the second year we sort of started to figure things out and things calmed down a bit. I think it was the second year the podcast started to get its own voice.
Well, yeah, it was like pretty much once we were able to figure out the internet issues, like you actually get internet, and then me hardwiring it into my computer, then things started to become more than just the tales. That's, of course, when we started reviewing, pretty much anything we can get our hands on. Like I remember those early episodes, some of them being 3-4 hours long. And it's like, God damn, how the fuck did we do that? That was like almost weekly, if not weekly.
That was like our first ones, wasn't it, Cole?
Yeah.
We were going on hours and hours talking crap.
Hold on, we still do. That hasn't changed.
Nothing's changed. No.
I think we started at 10, one of them, and we were still here like 1:30 in the morning or something like that. And it was like, oh my God.
Was that the Dracula one?
Yeah.
I think I was the Dracula, but that's but I love that sort. I love long form content. I love full on conversations. I hate sound bites. Do you know, like people go on the late night talk shows and the like 10 minutes? What the hell are you going to learn from somebody in 10 minutes? Who they are, what they're about?
Not a lot, is it? Really?
If they can tell everything that they need to tell in 10 minutes, you probably don't need to know them.
Yeah. Yeah. I've watched other podcasts as well, that do reviews, and some of them are only like 4 minutes long. And it's like, Jesus, I didn't get much out of that 4 minutes, or, they rushed through. Whereas you, even though you go off on little tangents, I love that because it gives a wraparound view of the whole experience, Yours might go for 3 hours long, but it's so interesting. That's why. And when I finish and it's been like 2.5 hours, it's just flowing by so fast,
I remember a certain person was like, I could never be in video, I could never do a podcast.
Who's that? Cam?
Yeah.
Was that
it was definitely me.
I was shitting myself. Come on. I'd never been in front of a freaking camera before. I'm just like, oh, no. I think you asked me for like 4 months in a row, and I was like, no, writers don't go on camera. We stay behind the scenes. And then you're like, oh, come on, just give it a try. And it was all right. Yeah.
I think it was the second year. That's when I started the horrific chats segment, where basically getting people on. And it was those that had submitted to the channel, the teal. So it was basically a way to say thank you to people that contributed to the show and say, right, come on, we'll feature them. But I didn't want to do the generic 10 questions. When's your next book out? What's your last book? What do you need to be as a writer? All that kind of stuff, and be like robot voice. I didn't want it to be that. I wanted
it wasn't.
No, just be a conversation, and not just about what you've got coming out or what your projects are, but just about the genre. So go on tangents, talk about movies, talk about books, talk about anything to do with it, frustrations as well, and just have a, like I said, it's as if we're just hanging out in a room, just happens to be on camera and stream to ones of people, That was the plan with it. God, the first few episodes, I think I was using Zoom, and they were horrible. Not the people, but the setup was just, it looked awful. I was so embarrassed for folks.
Yeah, Zoom.
Zoom's awful anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
But that, once again, that's another progression, and I'm more than grateful for people that stepped up. And right, because with basically no followers, it took 3 years to start really developing a base, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? For the first 2.5 years, I don't think we had even 100 subscribers, did we?
Yeah, well, true. That's right.
Shit, I honestly don't even remember.
No, I don't. It's not something that leads, but I don't think we had that much of a follower base. But you had I think if you want to create something, that's what has to be your focus. You can't worry about, being popular or getting up there. That's secondary. You have to make the content first. So getting all the bugs out of the way. But I remember, God, even because of the way that platform worked, getting kicked off it if you didn't pay.
After.
Oh God, that's right. We first did it in Zoom, didn't we?
Yes, and we had an hour, I think, and then that was it. Otherwise, you had to pay for premium, and it's like, so we had to do them within an hour because StreamYard didn't work, and we hadn't tried Skype yet, so we did Zoom about 2 or 3 times, and it was shit, eh? The reception was so bad.
Yeah, I know the local driving instructor association in Plymouth had over COVID had Zoom meetings, and it came to an hour, and then they all had to reconnect.
Yeah, I know.
Something like that. It was 40 minutes or something stupid like that. And they all had to come off and then all reconnect. And it's a nightmare.
I ended up paying for it in the end. I did get the subscription, and I think it lasted a month because at the end of the day, it looked horrible. Just even on the screen, it did not look good.
No.
And I was getting fed up just because that's another thing as well. There's one thing having to go, but you also have to understand yourself when something's not going right and you need to fix it. That's all part of the growth. And I was looking at this going, I am not putting out good stuff here. This is not, and it's not doing anybody a favor that comes on. If that makes sense. If you're going to invite somebody on, you at least have you want to have your setup right. So the feel as if they're coming on to something decent. But
semi-professional.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because I think if you connect to a channel that's just like basic, then people are just going to go, oh no, I can't bother with that. So yeah.
And then I think less of the person we're going on to it as well. It's all that, guilty by association thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all part of the learning journey, you can't do this stuff.
Technology keeps changing. So.
Well, we've seen some
technology. I said keeps changing, so you've kept up with it really well, actually, considering.
Yeah,
considering you're fucking old is what she's saying, but she's trying to be nice.
No, asshole.
I mean, the joke, of course, is that I'm the one that's the worst.
Yeah, you're badass. You two together are badass. Poor Shay.
Oh God, yeah, that was
being old is when you bend over to tie your shoes up and you have a look to see what else needs doing while you're still down there.
Was it you? Can you see your feet? I know that was gross.
Only just. I never used to be able to see my feet.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Yeah. I used to rest my breakfast tray on my stomach once upon a time.
God.
Oh my God, I nearly choked.
Yeah, well, I used to have my breakfast and I used to have everything. I thought, oh, there's an extra sausage here.
Oh my God.
Oh God. Big Bob, we called him back in the chefing days. His party trick was at like barbecues and banquets. He would lop it out onto the table and cover it with a napkin. And he'd be like an extra sausage, sir. And there's a reason he's called Big Bob. He fucking got away with it.
What's a man with a 10-inch cock eat for breakfast? Well, this morning I had beans.
Oh, thanks. I think I've come onto the wrong stream. How did I end up on this stream? Bloody hell, boys.
It's because it's later on at night. We're past the watershed. Like, that matters on the internet.
Oh, yes.
There's another thing as well we've had to face and bat away from fucking political correctness and the mob trying to sanitize everything.
Yeah.
That has been, and you've seen it come into the horror genre, and it's been absolute crap.
Totally.
I was watching Clint Eastwood. He was on about how upon no way would they get him to be politically correct because he lived he's been in film 6 decades, and he'll say what he wants. It's a video I was watching, and he's well on top of it. He says I don't give a damn more or less, and I don't care what Hollywood thinks. It's
good on him.
I mean, that's the trick. Like, you can't be canceled if you're uncancelable. Like, it only happens if you allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've watched podcasts and I've watched people being so careful with their words that it's actually painful to watch them. It's like, just say what you're going to say or don't say it.
Penis.
Yeah.
It's good to get that off my chest.
I'm glad you got that out there, Cameron.
Oh, I hope you feel better, Cameron, after that. Yeah.
I usually do. As soon as that gets out of my mouth, it feels so much better.
Oh my God.
Here, $20 is $20. But yeah, it's been shit.
Oh my God.
People.
What about what's happening with I have to say it, since Hollywood's already fucked. Basically, I have to say it. P. Diddy. Can you believe what the fuck's happening there? Oh my God. P. Diddy.
I've heard his name come up, but I haven't heard the full story.
Videos. He's got videos of politicians and actors and producers and musicians having orgies.
Oh, he's dead.
They're all fucked, and he's dead. He's dead, mate. He's going to be another Jeffrey Epstein. Another Jeffrey Epstein, man.
Yeah,
he's got Obama, Trump, Kamala. What's her name? That bloody one that's trying to go for fucking Kamala, whatever.
Kamala, yeah.
Oh, he's got them all. Wow.
It'd be funny if they're all in the same room. They're slagging each other off, but it turns out, what's the funny slagging each other off on camera? They're all freaking at an orgy together.
I know.
I mean, literally, none of that would surprise me. So,
because I don't really watch Hollywood shit, but oh my God, what's been happening with that is just like, wow, all these people are fucked. They are majorly ruined.
But
wow,
I have always said, the shinier the good guy badge, the darker the shadow it hides. That's why I don't do virtue signaling, because anyone who has to tell you how good a person they are, they're hiding something gnarly.
Oh yeah, of course,
fucking all the time. And those arseholes are the biggest deviants on the planet. Like, they're absolute filth. Yet they try to preach morals to folk, and you're like, who are you talking to?
Right.
It's incredible. Yeah. People with money think that they can just, do whatever the fuck they want. And
I mean, they can. That's the magic of it.
Yeah, you're right.
They fall really hard, and it's funny to watch. Because they forget themselves. They always get to that point, they forget themselves, and they just go too far, and then the collapse is glorious. We've seen it all through human history. Every empire that goes too far just fucking collapses under its own weight, and that's might be different types of empire now, but the Hollywood empire is about to go, and I just can't wait. I'm just you're going, burn you bastards. Support your independent creators, folks.
Yes, exactly.
But that's been a weird thing as well with us. Like, the whole channel was set up to support independent creators, to not be part of the corporate shite. People that want to try and make something, put it out there, just to give them a bit of a voice. See the amount of independent creators don't want to be featured or advertised or what? There's a strange resistance to it. I don't understand. I don't
get it.
For the Tales part, and then some of the strange emails I've had over the years. Not obviously the folks that have got through are fantastic. But that's like top of the pyramid. The amount of crap that people, like I said, people DMing me and calling me arsehole and this and that and the other. What did I do? I just said,
dude, I'm sorry. I get drunk and bored sometimes.
Well, that's just a daily basis. Actually, the way you get me is you recommend shitty videos and then you just wait for messages. You're like,
yeah, but then you recommend them to me, and I sit there and go, "Oh my god, did he really watch this?"
Oh yeah,
he's good like that, eh?
I must say though, Colin, when M. Night Shyamalan asked if he could come on your channel and you turned him down, I think that was, really bad of you.
I don't do shiny bums movies. Just don't do them.
Because they're crap.
Fucking shit. The last one we did was old, and I give up after that.
Oh god, that was so bad. That was so bad.
That nearly made it onto my list of worst movie review, but there's been worse ones. But
yeah, no, when I got that list, it was, I knew exactly what it was. I didn't even have to think about it. It's just like, oh yeah, it was clearly this.
Yeah, but that's the joy though of watching stuff and that, and it's a good thing we all agree. It just saves any friction during the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Always makes for a very good conversation when we agree.
Yeah. You two should not be in the same room together.
Yeah, there's probably video out there that demonstrates why we shouldn't as well.
Yeah.
At least one a month. Usually at least one a month.
We've been doing, as you know, this classic horror from the Hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so surprising how you get a couple of good ones and then you get a real bummer and then it comes back with a good, and you think if you do that with a couple of the modern directors, it's the same level of thing. You'll get a couple of good films by them and then you'll get a real bummer and then he'll come back on a high. And I think it's, if they don't come back on a high, that's when they're going to struggle in the future. But I mean, I love all the Hammer horrors and the classic horror, and going right back as far as like Bela Lugosi in the original Nosferatu, Boris Karloff as Frankenstein, and it's just mad how it all comes together, and Colin would agree. We've had some real bummers, haven't we, with Hammer?
But that's one thing I've always been clear on when we're doing reviews. We're not looking at things through rose-tinted glasses, and also when I do the notes, they're not definitive statements, they're talking points. That's why I like to do talking points, and that was an evolution as well, because like Cameron said, we'd spend 4 hours every month and we'd try and cover everything, and when it started off, it was like every scene we were almost breaking down.
Oh my god, it was so hard. And sometimes trying to actually like stay on schedule with the fact that I work 50 plus hours a week. There were times where I was like going to bed at like 4 or 5 in the morning just to wake up 3 hours later to talk about it because I had to finish it.
But it was a test and adjust period. It was one of those. Like, my feeling is when I go for something, I just go balls deep. Like, there's no in between with me. If I make a decision, I'm going to do something. That's it. I just do it. If I'm still in the humming and hawing stage, it's all open. But once that decision's made, that's it. And it's like, we're bloody doing everything. And yeah, there's
Yeah,
I
like
one
the
of the weeks we had
discussion
the
points.
conversation. There's 1 month we had the conversation, like going, fuck, this is hard. Why is this so hard to do? How come other people can't? Oh, that's right, because we're doing like 2 episodes of a TV show and 3 movies all in one episode.
Yeah. There was always there were so many times to be like
Idiot.
confusing everything together, and it's like, fuck, that's not what we're on. What are we talking about right now?
Yeah,
but
your
once
discussion
again,
points are brilliant. Yeah, we need those. It helps to keep it all, kind of online.
But I had to learn that as well. That was another thing. You can, like when Cameron will tell you, it started off, it was fucking about 3 pages long,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a process to sort of get used to it. Because you can't sit and practice this. Let's be honest.
Oh,
It's
Nope,
not like
practice
we'll have
is just doing it.
Yeah, you just
Just
have to
doing
jump
it.
in.
Yeah.
It's not the sort of thing if you're doing a live video that you can edit it, is it?
Yeah.
That you can edit it after for the.
Yeah, but once it's out there, it's out there.
It's out live. If someone's like watching it, you're buggered, ain't you, really?
Yeah.
But that's, I like doing things live. I'm not a massive fan of the pre-recorded videos and reviews, because to me that's when it becomes sanitized and it's not a natural conversation then.
That's more or less like having a, the cue screens like the actors have on the Oscars, and they've got, and you see that they're reading it. And I would like to thank my producer, and they're going across it. And that's a bit like the pre-recorded videos, isn't it? You've obviously done your research, and you've got like a little thing there to remind you what to say, and it's not very clever. One of the reasons I like Ricky Gervais as a host, because they're trying to tell him what to say on the auto cue, and he's like, I don't even use the auto cue, he just comes out with it, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's been the best thing to happen to Hollywood, just him not giving 2 shits.
Yeah. He says, doesn't he? The Golden Globes. He says, just come up, accept your award, thank your producer. He says, and then fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh God, we got in trouble with the Oscars. That was funny.
Oh yeah,
they came after us.
Yeah.
How cool was that?
That's when you know you've made it. When people start coming after you, they think you're obviously worthwhile to have a go at.
Yeah, what was it we done again? Because
we were talking about American Werewolf in London, and once again we were just having a chat. It was live. I was like, "Yeah, didn't it get an Oscar for?" No, well, we're doing it. Oh, there it is. Oh, let's have a watch. So, 1984, wasn't it?
No, it's earlier than that. 81.
No, but the awards, when it won the award.
Must have been 81, because it came out in 81.
Right, it was 81 or 82. It might have been 82. It was like a 42-year-old clip anyway when we did it.
Yeah.
We brought up, and we were just laughing so we weren't just playing it. We were playing it in the background. We were talking, going, haha, look at, they're giving the award out through gritted teeth. They hate horror. It's funny the way the establishment, the entertainment establishment, hate horror yet need it at the same time, which this year has proven. If it wasn't for the horror genre, a lot of cinemas and a lot of production studios would be closed right now.
Oh, hell yeah. Definitely. That's why we need independent filmmakers to, take over, basically, because Hollywood shit. I mean, what did they bring out this year? Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a headache.
I mean, it was all right anyway.
Well, let's put about 6 different plot lines in, and maybe 1 or 2 of them might actually go somewhere.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
I didn't like
can't
the
wait.
original. I didn't like the original, so I won't watch the sequel.
What?
Ah, okay.
Stephen doesn't like fun.
Oh, that sounds about right.
It was a bit silly, I have to admit.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's part of the fun of it.
Beetlejuice is a bit silly, but it's a great classic. It really is. Everybody loves it. You're just weird.
What are you on about? I don't like fun. I went to see Hereditary, didn't I?
I mean, that is pretty fucking fun. That's like one of the only times I've ever been shushed in a movie theater, and it's still one of my proudest moments.
No, we were in there and we were laughing for most of it, especially at the end when the headless body flew up to the. Well, we were in the back row, and there was a group of young lads to the left of us, and another family to the right of us. And it was like, oh my god! And when the kid's head got knocked off.
Oh god, that was hilarious.
That was when I got shushed.
And we didn't know if it was like we were supposed to be laughing. Was it a comedy or was it supposed to be like serious? But yeah,
it's supposed to be a horror.
But we were laughing.
Yeah.
Hey, I was an A24 one, wasn't it? Yeah. But they are so hit and miss. Like, actually, Del, we did Midsummer, and oh my god, that was one of the funniest reviews ever because we were just ripping that thing to pieces. Because
it was a trip, yeah.
I love that movie so much.
It's so daft. Like they're 2 different movies jammed into one, and they're just butting into each other.
Have you seen the director's cut?
No.
The director's cut is even more bizarre. It's fucking fantastic.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, I love it. Well, I guess not necessarily more bizarre, but it expands on some of the stories that are lightly touched on, like some of the background shit. It's fucking great.
Have you seen the horror film Vasectomy? The director's cut.
Nope, but I need to.
Vasectomy, the director's
I lived it.
Oh god, there's one I covered during the movie marathon thing I did. Scrotum. And I thought it was going to be hilarious, and it was god awful shit. It was just bad.
Gasp. You're going to tell me a movie called Scrotum was terrible?
I thought it might have been funny at least. See, here's the thing. If you're going to do a daft movie, have a sense of fun about it, but it's when people try to make those movies and take them seriously when they're making them, you're like, what are you doing?
Oh.
Or people try to do comedy, don't get comedy at all. It's scratching your head.
Yeah. Americans don't do comedy very well, do they? New Zealand does, though. Yeah. We rock. Yeah.
Name one fucking
Americans
movie that's
like
any
dad
good.
jokes.
That's not Lord of the Rings. Or
Black
The
Sheep
Hobbit.
was fun. We had an absolute blast in that. That was daft as hell. It was freaking mental.
I just wanted to see the smoke come out of your ears.
Ooh, what we do in the shadows. Come on, don't tell me you didn't look like that.
Was I the only one?
That's the shit I'm still fucking salty about. I get shoved into reviewing some of the worst shit that I didn't choose. If I've chose a stinker, I'll embrace it fully. But when he's like, yeah, we're going to talk about what we do in the shadows, like, fuck yeah. And it's not you. I'm like, fuck you. That's my favorite movie.
Oh, they're so sad. You should have come on with us.
You should actually do it while you're tattooing.
I can't.
You should come on to have the thing on while you're like somebody's down there, and then just at a certain bit slip with the machine
for internet. I can barely stream music while I'm at work. It'd be like next to impossible.
Something. He might accidentally write demon on the tattoo because he's watching a demonic freaking movie. Are you for real?
No.
Jeez, that's the
I
worst
can
idea I've ever heard
multitask.
you
I
say,
can
Colin.
breathe and chew gum at the same time. So
Men cannot
Pretty
multitask. That's bullshit. Men
Oh,
can't
you
multitask.
can. I can fart and sneeze at the same time.
Yeah, it doesn't always go
give,
well.
give you an award
That's a
for
dangerous
that.
one to do. Don't practice that.
It's my multitask.
You're so clever, Stephen.
Suppose it'd be a good chance to bring it up.
Oh.
What would all your favorite reviews be? And it doesn't have the, and I sort of preface this as not necessarily favorite movie, because I think some of the best reviews we've done were done absolute stinkers and just ripped into pieces. So it could be either. But what? I suppose we'll go anti-clockwise. Start with Dale, Cameron, Steve. But what's been your favorite review you've taken part in on the podcast?
Oh, the Sir Peter Jackson filmography. Absolutely. All of his films, just from start to finish. Come on. You know what? I didn't even like Sir Peter Jackson before we did that series. I just thought he was just a blow ass. You know what I mean? Just another freaking New Zealander who went over to Hollywood and made it big, you know, just blah, blah, blah. But actually, when we started with Bad Taste, and then Brain Dead, and then Forgotten Silver, and then, it was just like, oh my God, this guy is fucking amazing. Bad Taste has got to be my favorite movie ever now. I mean, you know, that was just an awesome filmography. I just really, really enjoyed that. I mean, how many movies did we do? 10 movies of his or something?
10 or 11 movies.
Yeah. I just loved it. They're really long reviews too, but we had so much to say. It was just, I loved that. Those were my favorite. For sure.
Well, I didn't know if you were done, so I don't want to butt in. So that one's a hard one for me. So, I mean, getting to just gush over Ernest Scared Stupid, which is like literally one of my top 3 favorite films of all times, like no joke. That was great, but I gotta say, probably the review we did after Haunting of Ravenwood Manor, when we first got Calvin on.
Oh God, yes,
that was the shit. Especially finding out about, you know, like, oh yeah, and fucking Captain Turtleneck returned, and yeah, he went out and bought that because you guys kept calling him Captain Turtleneck. Like, that was fucking great. And of course, talking Calvin, it's always fun. Like, the dude's awesome. Yeah, so it's a toss up between like the 7th Street ones that we've done as well as that.
God, that was amazing because we ripped that thing to shreds. Like, we showed no mercy. We were Cobra Kai of reviewers. Like, we fucking tore into that. And when
I was so surprised too that like after that released, he's like, "Hey, cool, let me come on." It's like, what the fuck? Is this like a joke? Is he gonna like trace our IPs and then like hunt us down and kill him or kill us because of this shit? And nope, he's just cool as fuck.
And he just embraced it. And we didn't hold back when he was on either.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
The thing is, that's what it needs. That is the spirit, I think, of creativity and just having that thick skin, but also just embracing. He knew what the issues were.
You have to have thick skin to be an artist, regardless of what industry you're in. Like, if you don't have thick skin, you're not fucking hanging around. Just speaking from my own personal experience with my industry, there's all kinds of people who see come and go because they just can't handle that not everybody's going to like you and not everybody's going to like what you do, and that's okay. Art is subjective. So it's always nice when people like can laugh at themselves as well.
Yeah, and that's so refreshing. And I think you made 2 solid fans that day.
Yeah, absolutely. I have not just watched everything that has come out since, I have purchased everything that has come out since. Like, I fucking love those movies. It's also fun being able to see the progression of, you know, like, this one they understood how to correct this, or this one they were able to do this, or hey, you know, they might have got an extra $5 in this one. Like, it's great to see the progression of that.
Yeah, when I talked to Calvin last, one of the things I brought up was the green light, the green light effect he used for Beware the Boogeyman, because it was the same green light he used for Haunting in Ravenwood, but he got it right.
Yeah, man, it was.
That was just a moment for me
great.
of holy shit. That's
well, it's with that one. It felt more, I guess, reasonable because it was already a heightened reality. It was already sort of cartoony. It felt very Creepshow-esque. So having that extremely like bright green light, it was just like, yeah, obviously I believe that. That belongs there. It'd be weird if it wasn't.
But compared to like the first movie, it was the same green light, but it was, he got it all sorted out. Where the first movie, it was just like, oh my god, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Steven, you are up.
Laughing at Steven.
Well, I think the one that I enjoyed was From Beyond the Grave. Do you remember that one?
Oh, the first Amicus one we did, because that was a bit of a mystery, wasn't it?
We were talking about something, and I says, "Oh, I know this film." I says, "I saw years ago. This bloke was in a mirror," and that's all we knew about the film. And we were a bloke in a mirror, and I was going, "Oh, what was the name of that bloke who was in it? What was his name?" And then suddenly I realised it was David Warner. So I was there Googling David Warner films, and I went, "I think it's From Beyond the Grave." And it's a brilliant film, classic horror, very, very original. Got all the greats in it, like Peter Cushing, David Warner, Donald Pleasance, and it's 4 anthology. It's an anthology of 4 different shorts. And I thought for us to get there from, hey, it's a bloke in a mirror who's a killer, we didn't know what the film was called. But it turned out to be, I think, one of the best that we've reviewed.
It was the last of the Amicus films as well. So I started us on a reverse trajectory. So we started on a series, the Amicus film series, but
in reverse.
We started from 7 back to 1. So we did them like in reverse order.
Yeah,
and it was weird because they got gradually worse. Like round about the middle, they were fucking awful. Yeah. So I was like, hold on a minute, how the hell did these things get better, or how do they keep getting money when they're playing this? What's going on?
Because they won't, normally films will go start off brilliant and they'll gradually go downhill before they go up.
The sequels,
started off bad and went to better at the end. And then, of course, the company ceased to exist. But
they're back up again. They're producing a couple of things. It's all very up in the air. But there's a group, Horror Filmmakers Association, and they're making stuff in Amicus Studios in Japanese. So they're still open. They're still making. They're still talking about making another movie, just waiting for it to come out.
Yeah.
So it hasn't. Might be a phoenix from the ashes or another turd. Who knows?
Is it true?
Or a phoenix rising from the turd. A phoenix rising from the turd.
Yeah,
it could happen.
Happened in Dogma, didn't it?
Well, I think it has to be said that we are sort of in the classic horror. We are sort of big Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee fans, aren't we?
I think if somebody is not, they're wrong. Period.
Those two just own the set. They just walk on and they do their thing. But that's another cool thing as well. Like we do so many different branches of the horror tree. We just cover all aspects of it, and rather than just focus on one bit or worrying about what's popular or what's current, because at the moment there's a lot of shit coming out. But at least we can go back and forward in time and look at different things, and it makes it interesting for me as well, because just me staring into a camera couldn't be arsed. I've actually no interest in being famous, if that makes sense. Yet I want the podcast to grow.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah. Keep forgetting about that.
Is it true, since you're doing your classics, hey, is Rosemary's Baby being remade?
No, it's a prequel.
No.
Oh, is that
Apartment
Apartment 7A.
That's it. Okay.
It's a prequel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically they're rehashing the same story.
Trying to be a bummer, isn't it? They can't think of anything original, can they? Nothing original. I mean, they're doing Christine.
Out of everything I thought they would never remake would have been Rosemary's Baby. And then they're just going and doing a prequel. Oh my God.
But I warned about this.
What a mess.
About 2 years ago, I warned about this. Nobody believed me. They're coming for horror next. Once they've burnt through every other genre, which they've done spectacularly, they've nothing left. And these people need to make stuff or else they don't have jobs. So, of course, they're going to come into horror. And, of course, they're not going to pick.
Well, I mean, that's also nothing new, though.
Yeah, but it's not to this extent.
Yeah. Do you not remember the early 2000s? Like, that's all it was. Everything was either a remake, a sequel, or based off of a Japanese one.
Yeah.
Like, this is a pattern that repeats every 20 years or so.
Yeah. But even like TV series back then as well, they were, everything was TV series and sitcoms and, Friends and The Simpsons and all that sort of shit was taking over TV, and nobody was doing horror anymore, were they? Then they started doing Blair Witch and then Blair Witch 2, and I don't know, it just got a bit messy, didn't it?
There was always a shitty sequel. That's always been a staple of the horror genre, but there used to be an ecosystem at least. The good one came out in the cinema, and then the shit ones came out in DVD, and order was there was a natural order to life. You knew what you were getting. Now you're just getting all this crap thrown everywhere, and it's hard to do this when there's so much shit material, and I don't want to be one of them fake angry people. I can be genuinely angry for more than enough. I don't need to be fake angry just to get watches, and I don't want to waste my time constantly watching shit either, because it gets depressing when you watch 4 or 5.
I think that's what I love about your podcast is that you don't just do recent stuff. You actually go back, like you're doing classics with Stephen. We went back to 1985 to do Sir Peter Jackson. We went all the way back through the 90s, 2000s. I think that's what I really love about your channel, is that you do that, whereas everybody else does just all the new stuff that's coming out. I haven't heard anyone review any of the older stuff, and that's what you do. And I think that's your niche there, and I think it's great.
Well, the thing is, Dale, you keep saying my channel, but at this stage in the game, it's our channel. You know what I mean? You're part of the team. It's more than just turning up now and again. You know what I mean? Cameron and I started this.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And you've been part of the team for, 2 years now, I think. At least a year and a half. You know what I mean? And regular, on every 2 weeks, and for other things, and you're always there. So I would say it's our channel, more than anything else.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that's really kept me going, is the sense of building the team, because that was something I tried to do. It's what I tried to do with the last podcast, and it went to absolute rat shit, and you just got more and more people getting involved, but not actually contributing, just wanting to be in it for the sake of being in it.
Yeah.
I was getting really frustrating. It's like when I started the Facebook group for the the contributors, that was the whole point. It was just meant to be a working group, so we could all keep in touch and people let me know what's happening and plan new things. And I just saw the same pattern repeating. It was just adding more and more people, but nobody was getting involved.
Yeah.
And it was getting pointless. I was like, I'm not doing this again. It's a waste of time. But, better do it. So when you came on board and Chris came on board, and it just, started feeling the solidification, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Giving everybody a segment, an area of interest, and taking sort of ownership of it. That's how you have a good team, that people feel like they own a part of it or something. That's what I'm trying to aim for, and having the right folks that are interested. Because I don't know, I'm not that narcissistic that I need to be, shoving my face everywhere. Yes, I can do this on my own. I can put and stare into the camera, but it's not exactly fun. Right. It's more fun when you've actually got somebody to talk to, and that's kind of makes it worthwhile. Then you're just having a chat. It just happens to be getting streamed or whatever, but
The thing is, if you're just there on your own, you don't know if you're talking to yourself, do you?
Well, obviously we think there's stuff goes up, but even then, it's not the same.
Whereas if we're here with you, you know that at least there's one of us here. You know?
Yeah, at least one person's listening.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with everything I say, which is always important. You know, that's
Totally.
But that's another thing. If this podcast has shown anything, is that people can be friends and disagree and stuff, and it's perfectly okay. Remember how things used to be? Instead of this weird cult shit that's going about that you must be part of the fucking hive mind, whatever that hive mind is.
Yeah, no, people have their own individual tastes and opinions and beliefs, and you know, and if you're going to start arguing over it, that's just bullshit. Delete, block.
My love of classic horror come from the 70s, when I was on BBC Two every Saturday night. They used to run Hammer House of Horror. So they used to show Hammer films, and but it was a double bill, and then sort of once a month they'd have a triple bill. And I used to say to my mum, "Oh, mum, can I stay up? Can I stay up?" And she used to say, "Yeah, okay, you stay up. Make sure you turn the TV off when you finish." Guaranteed, she'd go to bed. An hour later, after the first film had been on, she'd have to come down, pick me up, and carry me to bed. I'd never see the double bill, you know, and never see the triple one because I was always fast asleep. I used to manage the first one, but it used to really scare me. Christopher Lee as Dracula, you know, when you're a youngster, you think, "Oh my God, he's biting that person's neck, and they're turning into a vampire," and it just goes to show how a different age, your mindset is different. Even now, the older I've got, you know, if you take back in the 80s and 90s, you know, heads chopping off and stuff, you know, anything like that, I would have thought, yeah, it's brilliant. But some of the stuff I was watching yesterday, they was cutting open. It was one of the alien things, I think it was, and I was actually cringing that I couldn't watch it. And if you sort of took that back 20 years, it would have just gone over my head, and I would have watched it no problem. You know, I think it's you know, the sort of age level, and probably in the 70s, because you know, you had the OX certificate back then, you know, instead of 18, and for my mum to say, "Yeah, you can watch this. I'm watching an X film. I'm watching an X film," you know, and
so naughty.
Yeah, and you know, I was biting the neck, and we sort of used to hide because Christopher Lee was biting the neck, you know. And
I remember Cameron's mind getting absolutely blown when I tried to explain to him about the video nasty phenomenon of the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew all about it. It's just it's so weird.
When you translated the actual movies, it's like I couldn't watch it; it was banned. And he's like, "What?"
Especially like what some of them were. It's like, you know, there's understandable ones like Faces of Death, obviously, but then you get like super mundane ones. Like the examples are eluding me right now, but it's like that list is just like, what in the flying fuck? Like, that's banned? Why?
Oh, the original I Spit on Your Grave.
I mean, that makes sense.
I think it got banned because I'm sure it was the hand went up and they cut the fingers off, and the blood spurted out the fingers, and that's why it got banned.
That's why it got banned, not all the fucking brutal, violent rape.
That was the thing that was listed, but yeah, it was you know, the blood because the fingers got chopped off and stuff. But it was one in the list that was there.
I think that was a difference. Like when Cameron, we were doing the Hammer House of Horror series, the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't get over the fact that it was nudity and it was on network TV.
Yeah, because that shit wasn't around here. I mean, you would get that sometimes with like the early 90s with what was it? Like the Outer Limits reboot and stuff. You'd get a nipple slip every now and then, but no like out nudity. Like unless you had like Cinemax or HBO. So
yep.
Yeah, it's like goddamn.
We would ban like any sort of graphic violence over here, and use would ban the sexual content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's New Zealand like for all that? What ways do you work
Well,
with
so we were really bad. Like there was nothing. There was no nudity. There was nothing until True Blood came out. True Blood blew everyone out of the water. It was like, what? They're having sex on TV? What the fuck? They're nude? What's
That's
happening?
awesome.
What? And then the next thing was bloody Game of Thrones. And it's like, we've got such a rigid censorship over here. We've got objectionable content. I mean, you're not allowed to do this, that, this, and that. And then there's True Blood, you know, and it's like, it's on at 8:30 in the evening, and it's like, I think this should be on a little bit later, don't you think? Next to 11 fucking 30 it comes on, and I'm like, oh, now it's too late. I can't fucking watch it. It's too late. So, yeah, things changed, particularly with Sir Peter Jackson. Seriously, he changed the cinema over here drastically. Like, I mean, Bad Taste is banned in Australia, I think. So, you know, he actually was the reason why we had our censorship changed because of his movies coming out. So it was very rigid. But then all of a sudden, there was True Blood, and it was like, yeah, that was the change for us. Yeah, it was True Blood.
I'm sure Brain Dead was banned here, wasn't it, Carl? Can you remember?
No,
I think so.
We got Bad Taste. Remember, that's the one I remember from all the videos shops. It was the posters.
I'm sure it was originally banned here until they cut something out of it.
Oh, think of what? Yeah,
it could have been. It could have been all Brain Dead. It probably was Brain Dead, possibly.
Yeah, Brain Dead.
Yeah. Called it Dead Alive in America because I think there's another movie called Brain Dead that was quite famous.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, because Dead Alive is a.
Oh, is it the other way? It was called Dead Alive.
Dead Alive is
other way around.
Takashi Miike movie. Like
we had Brain Dead in America. It's the other way around.
I was like, I've always known it as Brain Dead.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
We just end up calling it both. You know, it was always Brain Dead, Dead Alive. It was titles. It was like.
Yeah. Yes.
I know, because I used to have a video shop up by me. It was one of the independent ones, not the blockbusters. And you used to go in, and there was a girl called Becky, great girl. But I say, "Oh, what have you got? That's really good," you know. And it was one of those shops where they go, "I got this video under the counter," you know. And I'm sure Brain Dead was one of them.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just love all the video stores. Horrors down one side and porns on the other. It was always down the same little alcove.
Yeah, I know. Same here. Same with us.
When you were younger, you used to look up at the top shelf, didn't you? The porns, and then sort of look around like this, and then you used to think. And then the video person, you say, "You're not old enough." What? No. Just looking.
So much fun. That was part of part of the genre. There's a naughtiness to horror, and that's part of the fun of it. The sort of forbidden fruit thing.
Yeah,
and that's what I hate now when they're trying to freaking sanitize it, because you're like, piss off. It's no need. But if we want fluffy and cute, we'll go and watch fluffy and cute things. But that's not what we want to watch horror for. We want to watch horror to get freaking our brains messed with a wee bit, because that's all part of it,
right?
Yeah,
or at the very least, turn our brains off.
Yeah.
The scarier, the better. Well, there's no scary horrors anymore, so I wish they'd bring back scary horrors again.
Do you think a lot of the sort of loss of the scares is down to the introduction a lot of CGI? Because I hate CGI.
Oh, digital blood! I think it should be illegal.
It's just not scary.
Illegal.
You know.
No. I watched Prey on the pray to the devil.
Oh, pray for the devil.
That
weird numb one.
Pray for the devil.
Yeah.
I actually really quite enjoyed that. There was what I liked about it was the jump scares. There were quite a few jump scares. They nearly had me scared, but not really. Yeah, no, that's bullshit.
That got stupid towards the end. I reviewed that myself, and it was
The
when they're
last-
dressing her up as a priest. Like, I thought the whole point of it being a
Yeah.
nun. So why are you dressing up as a priest then? You just derailed your whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's supposed
That
to be
was
the
the jump
feminine energy of a
scares
nun, you know, get in, but
Yeah.
no, she has to be a dude then, dressed up in a priest. I'm like, fuck
Yeah.
off. Just
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
some films that don't take themselves seriously do well with CGI. Sharknadoes.
Fuck off.
You know, the Sharknadoes
Fuck
are brilliant films. I love
Fuck
Sharknadoes.
Agreed.
And
Bastard.
I haven't
Piss
even-
off the
You
lot
get
of you.
the CGI in that of the sharks coming through, and it makes it even more funny. You know, because
That's one that I avoided for
use a
years
real
because
shark, could you?
I didn't see it when it came out, and then it was so hyped up that I'm like, this is meant for me, but because of the hype, I'm gonna already go in with a bias, and I'm not gonna appreciate it the way that I should. So I just barely watched at the beginning of this year, and it's like, this is everything I hoped it would
brilliant,
be,
isn't it?
and I love every fucking second of it.
Try the 5 sequels.
I am.
I'm up to number 5, and of course you got 2-headed shark, 3-headed shark, 4-headed shark, 5-headed shark.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, and the fucking
Yeah.
Megalodon versus Mecha Shark, all that shit. God,
Megalodon versus Sharkosaurus.
I
Yeah,
want to
man.
see Shark Exorcism. That's one I want to actually look
I'm
into do. For
I
this
am
one.
down. Let's review that one. I really want to see it too.
Just say as all. My problem with the Sharknado series is fucking Ian Ziering and fucking Tara Reid. Those two are wooden planks. They're fucking horrendous. They had no business being in front of a camera.
It's Tara
I mean,
Reid
you're
in
not
it.
wrong.
Really?
Yes,
That's it.
she
I'm
plays
not
April,
watching
one of the
anything
main
with her in it.
characters, and she's an absolute bitch in the
Nah.
first one, and then you're meant to forget all that stuff for the rest of them, and fucking hell, and then as the more plastic surgery gets involved, it just gets worse because you can't move her
Ooh.
face.
Yeah, man. That's it is quite unfortunate the things that she's done to her body.
Even there's a fucking wee girl. There's a wee girl in that who plays one of the daughters, and she completely changed from one movie to the next because she got plastic surgery, and it fucking she's not even in her 20s. What are you doing? No need. Don't do it to yourself.
They've all regretted it and they've all taken it all off now.
Also, they
Sorry.
can't blow dry their hair in case they
I
melt.
shouldn't be doing this. I'm a woman. I should be sticking up for women.
No, but that's
Yeah,
That has
right.
nothing to do with gender. That has to do with bad decisions.
yeah, and that's
I
actually
mean, fucking
River
look at Mickey
Tales-
Rourke, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
It's not just women that fucking destroy themselves.
No, and
Oh,
Zarin
yeah,
got it as
but-
well. He got fucking plastic. That's what I said.
That's what I'm saying. It's not just
Fucking-
women that
they
fuck
couldn't
themselves
move
up.
their faces. They're
It's not
fucking
just
that much
women.
fucking plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You only have to
yeah,
look at the singer, Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
Barry Manilow, when he sings, his mouth no longer moves. Is it?
No.
He can't move his mouth when he sings, and he's had so much, Botox and plastic surgery.
God,
Yeah.
Once again,
why do they
how
do
you
it?
how you supporting someone if you tell them, oh, you're ugly as shit, you have to get fake stuff in your face?
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? That's not a positive message.
It's not.
That's like, don't do it to yourself. Fucking, especially if somebody in their 20s has to get it because they feel like they have to. Fuck off.
Oh,
I'd sooner
even
right.
worse.
I'd sooner be a misogynist any day than fucking somebody tells someone to go and get that done to them. They're like aesthetically pleasing.
I'd be one of them if I knew what it was.
Nope.
Oh man. Oh, I never told. Yeah, my favorite review, without a doubt, has to be Killer Sofa. That was mental. That movie was absolutely batshit crazy, and it was one of them so bad that it was hilarious. Especially the lead actress in that, who was taking herself so seriously that she just became a meme.
Absolutely.
That was
I
think that was the first review we did as well, Dale, wasn't it?
It was. Yes. It was your idea to choose.
Yeah, because it was a New Zealand
one,
it was a New Zealand film. I'm like, here, we could do this.
Yes. Yeah. What a laugh. That was hilarious. Oh.
It was the first scene in the bar where I thought, oh, there's a drunk girl
dancing
just
like
dancing
Kate
by
Bush.
herself.
Yeah.
And it turned out she was actually performing. She was that fucking bad that I thought she was just a drunk girl in the bar dancing to herself. And like, well, in weird bars, it turned out she was the act. And she was the main character. Just like, the hell? And it just got worse and bad from there.
It just got worse and worse and worse. That was terrible. Yeah.
But it was so much fun.
It was. Oh, we couldn't stop laughing. I think I had tears in my eyes.
I think the next one will have to be Haunting in Ravenwood. Like Cameron said, that one was just, we were merciless. I think that was like, if that had been any other director, they'd been broken, the review we gave for that movie.
Right.
Wow.
Like, fuck, we just did the whole. I thought I just rubbed everything the wrong way. Just whatever the hell happened.
Yeah, it was a little bit confusing. And the sound, like that's always the shit that gets me. Like, there's a movie that I desperately want to watch because it's, another one of those ones that's so stupid it was meant for me, and it's called Lamageddon. The sound is so absolutely atrocious that I have sat down to watch that probably like 5 or 6 times, and I can't make it more than 10 minutes in. It's just, I can't do the bad sound.
What are they doing with sound nowadays? I mean,
well, it's just the fact that
you have to turn it up, and then the music sort of goes blah, and then you have to turn it down again, and then you have to turn it up again. It's like, what the fuck?
I mean, that's nothing new, definitely. Like, I just tortured my poor wife into watching not Interview with the Vampire. Fuck, that one's good. Queen of the Damned. Because she had never seen it. And she's a huge Anne Rice fan. So it's a double whammy.
Yeah.
And that was so fucking poorly shot. Like, it sounded like dog shit. On top of just being a bad movie.
Really? I haven't watched it.
Well, basically, the smoosh the 2 books. The smoosh half of the Vampire Lestat and Queen of the Damned, they just go, ugh.
Yeah.
And they fucking brought in shit from like the Mayfair Witches and stuff too. Like, it was such a confusing amalgamation of it was like the Dark Tower movie, where they took the title of a book and then took other books later on in the series, put it together, and then just kind of went, I think that's a story. Except I love the Dark Tower movie.
If they had called that anything but the Dark Tower, that would have been brilliant. Just it was a fun watchable movie, but it just wasn't the Dark Tower.
No, it wasn't. Well, I mean,
that's to say that just gave that another title.
The thing is, like, there's a couple of choices they could have done that would have made it slightly more palatable for Dark Tower fans. I mean, I'm a Dark Tower fan. Like, I've got fucking Caw tattooed on the side of my head. That's my favorite book series of all time, my favorite author of all time. But I still loved it. It just, it's like, instead of Matthew McConaughey playing Matthew McConaughey, make him a little bit awkward at points. Like, I mean, they literally talk about Walter as tittering, not like, but like, have him do that shit. And then have fucking Idris Elba speak in his normal accent, because he's already a fucking knight anyways. It would have been more fitting for the character. But that being said, I still fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
Did you were on about Lord of the Rings? Did you count Lord of the Rings as horror?
What it was part of the Sir Peter Jackson. We did the busy following it. What it was how did he get Lord of the Rings? Because when you look at his filmography, it doesn't make sense. So basically what we did is we took the film, basically an overshot of how did he get from here, bad taste, to here.
Yeah.
And also factor in Frighteners into the equation.
I was like, Frighteners is legit the reason he fucking got that. Because, I mean, fuck, that was what helped develop Weta as the Weta we know and love nowadays.
Yeah. Actually, I would say Heavenly Creatures.
Heavenly Creatures did help.
I think that was a major one.
Well, like, so I don't know if you guys have ever watched like the behind the scenes shit of the Frighteners. But yeah, I mean, he's literally talking about this is the technology that we were developing with this movie. Like, this was the trial run to make Lord of the Rings. Like, this directly affected that.
Was I the only one who hated Lord of the Rings trilogy?
Get the fuck off this shit.
Hated it.
Bullshit.
Sorry,
Bullshit. Bye. Nice knowing you. How dare you?
I just thought it took 10 hours for Frodo to get his ring destroyed. Why didn't he just go down the gay village in Soho?
It's a different island. Jesus, everybody knows that.
Oh my God. It's Middle Earth. Far out.
Yeah, no, I found it boring. Yeah.
Really?
And stupid. Yeah,
Sorry, I'm yelling.
Talking trees. I mean, what the hell? Talking trees. Full of CGI.
Oh!
Full of CGI, really.
I will binge the extended series back to back.
Yeah, I would gladly spend a weekend just going through all of those. Like, no sleep, just start to finish.
Hours.
It's 24. Like, if you get the extended with like everything, it's 24 fucking hours for the 3 films.
Easily. Yeah. But not with The Hobbit.
Easily.
I fucking love The Hobbit. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I thought this shit was great.
I love the way we all agree
It
on
was
everything.
okay. It wasn't as good as... I cannot believe that you do not like Lord of the Rings.
Never did.
Mr. Edge Lord.
In fact, not a word of a lie, I went with friends to see Fellowship of the Ring, and I fell asleep, and they had to nudge me because I was snoring in the film.
Wow.
I've no words for that.
You're weird. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
No, you're allowed to not like it, but yeah.
Yeah, you're just wrong.
Yeah, well, anyway, so Peter Jackson went all the way over to Hollywood. He burned himself out and had to come all the way back. So he sold Weta Workshop to Sir Richard Taylor, and now he's just doing his own little stuff. So, yeah.
He's mainly doing documentaries.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, and he's doing something to do with the Beatles. So...
Yeah. I think he's very good.
Oh, and he's also got what's that called? The one with Aragorn and The Hunt for Gollum. That's coming out this year. Or next year?
Apparently the game was absolutely... It's based on the game, and the game apparently was terrible.
Yeah, the game was awful.
Really? Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be next year.
So Andy Serkis is doing that? It's not...
Yeah, Andy Serkis is...
Well, Andy Serkis is directing.
He's directing it.
But, I mean, Peter Jackson's still involved.
He's producing it. Yeah.
But back to the question, Steve. We did find there's plenty of horror elements in it, like the Dead Marshes and, you know...
Yeah, I mean, genre is genre. Whether it's fantasy, sci-fi, horror, there's all elements involved in all of them that go between the genres.
Yeah,
definitely.
No, I just want to know if you counted it as horror.
Yeah.
Or,
there's plenty of horror in it. And the fact that Peter Jackson is a horror, primarily a horror director. So when it came to things like the beheadings and stuff, he loves a good beheading in a movie. He doesn't shy away from that. And if it had been a fantasy director, I don't think it would have had the same
couldn't
punch.
hold it off. Yeah. Yeah, it's not horror as such, but it's in the genre of, supernatural fantasy, sort of with some graphic horror scenes in it. I don't know. You know, when it comes to categorizing things, I think a lot of people get it mixed up, especially when it comes to fucking Netflix. They are so bad at that.
They could categorize a movie to save their lives.
No, they can't.
I don't
They
know,
will
man.
say
Sometimes
something,
that shit's funny. Like, I have this special edition of the Babadook because they had it mixed up for LGBTQ films, even though it's not. So Shout Factory did a release where it came with a rainbow flag slipcase. So it's like the regular slipcase, but instead of being a stark red, it's the rainbow flag. It's fucking hilarious.
Anything for a virtue signal, eh?
Here's a good question for you.
Get on that bandwagon.
On Lord of the
That's
Rings.
not a bandwagon. It was a fucking joke. They thought it was funny too, and they're like, "Fuck, we already own the rights. It wouldn't be shit to make a slipcase. Let's do this shit. See if anybody buys it." And then like all the money was donated to charities and shit. But yeah, fucking hilarious.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah.
Did Lord of the Rings have any financial impact on New Zealand then? I'll tell you what.
Did it
Are you
what?
fucking kidding me? They had currency with the characters from the films on it. Like, I actually
it's the same with I forgot the name of the bloody series now. Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
We went to Dubrovnik earlier in the year, and because from series 2 was filmed in Dubrovnik and all around there, everything is like to do with Game of Thrones. You go and ask for a burger, it's a Game of Thrones burger. Games of Thrones shops and everything.
Right.
But everything's increased in price because of it. We were speaking to some of the locals there, and they were saying how everything is increased with price because of Game of Thrones popularity in Dubrovnik.
That didn't happen over here. What it mostly did was it gave it boosted our economy. Tourism has increased because of it also, and it put us on the map. And I kind of like it. Because we can call ourselves Middle Earth now, and everybody knows where Middle Earth is. We're not joined to fucking Australia. There is not a border. There's an ocean. Okay.
That
my
series,
God.
that was funny as hell. The Preacher series, when I covered it, they had a scene with the border between Australia and New Zealand. I just went, what the
People think it's legit. They're like, well, could you go over to Australia and do this and that? And I'm like, there's a fucking Tasman Ocean between us. No. Oh my God. Can't you catch a train? What the fuck? Oh my God. Really? Do you guys not know where New Zealand is? Oh my God.
That's fantastic.
Anyway. Crazy, It's nuts. I mean, Jesus. Oh God.
Oh man, people are funny. Like, and what gets me
ridiculous.
is when they ask a question and they could just look it up themselves.
Oh,
and you're like,
we get that on. We got a thing over here called the Garrow Hub. It's like a community Facebook page, and you get people on there saying, "Does anyone know the phone number of the Indians?"
Yes.
You think, well, why don't you bloody just Google it? Or
Google it.
By the time you've typed your question, you have the answer yourself. You silly bastard! What are you doing?
Right. Yeah, but the problem is if they don't ask people that can answer it, or just talk to anybody other than Google, do they really exist?
Yeah, it's the intellectual black hole.
Yes.
Never satisfied. Just they always have it's more for the connection and relevance.
Mm-hmm.
They always have another question. It's never about getting the answer because
it's always the same person that asks stupid questions, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the trains running today?
Anyone know what time the first bus is in the morning?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm the idiot that answers the questions because I'm on the computer and I'm so fast at researching shit. I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. There you go. Yeah. Oh well, it's fun.
Oh, man. Suppose this would be a good time to ask then. Worst review ever?
Oh my God!
And what I mean by that is not obviously worst movie, because I mean just the worst review to kind of just you're just like, why am I doing this? And it wasn't a good experience. And it doesn't, what I mean? It's not a person thing. Just sometimes you do a review and you're just like so beaten down by the
Only
movie.
lovers left behind alive. Only lovers left alive.
Oh yeah,
That was
Tilda
the
Swinton.
worst one we've ever done. Yeah. She pisses me off. Yeah. Yeah, that was a terrible review. I think we had nothing nice to say about it at all.
And it wasn't even a fun experience. It wasn't like we were ripping it apart.
No, it wasn't.
It was just, this is shit.
It hurt. It hurt.
And that came from What We Do in the Shadows, because when we watched the council episode, we're like, was Tilda Swinton in a vampire movie? Oh, she was. Oh, this is utter bollocks. What the hell? This is pretentious fucking stuck-up shit.
Jesus.
Her and Tom Hiddleston, like, what a pair.
My worst review is Lord of the Rings. It's absolutely...
Shut up. Whatever. We did a great review. We did an awesome review.
We proper nerded out in those. But it was also in context. When you review them in context of his other movies as well, it was just, it's a different experience.
Yeah. Lord of the...
Oh, fuck off. Right. What was your worst review then, Steve? What
I think it had to be Frankenstein's Army. That film just didn't make sense to me. It was crap. Biggest piece of rubbish.
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered with that shit.
Yeah.
I was pissed off. I wanted Frankenstein's Army versus I wanted to see all these freaking weird mecha things coming and fighting the Russians.
Yeah.
And instead I got this found footage shit that was utter crap.
Awful. Absolutely awful. It was one of those that Colin got on chat one day and went, "Oh, do you want to review this Frankenstein's Army with me?" And I thought, this looks quite good. And like,
the poster was great.
God. Yeah. I
bastards that like the proper stitched this up. They had a good poster. I'm like, this will be fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was thinking, I thought we were going to get something like The Outpost. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't seen The Outpost.
It's basically it's set in modern times where they find an old Nazi bunker, but it turns out they've been messing about with interdimensional time travel and zombies.
It sounds familiar.
It's really dark.
It's probably one you told me to watch, and I watched it.
Yeah, get around to it. Like the 50 movies I've still got on my list that I'll get right to someday.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, that was shit. That was just so disappointing. I almost feel, if it wasn't for the sadistic side of me, I would almost feel bad when I involve you in shit movies, but also I'm a bit of a bastard, so I kind of enjoy it as well.
That's right. I paid you back with Midsummer.
Yeah, it just blows my mind you guys don't like that shit. I fucking loved that movie.
I liked it. He hated it. And then he ended up... No, I loved it. That's why I suggested it.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Well, it's fucking funny, but it's still fun.
I don't think it was intentionally funny, though. That was the problem. It's trying to take itself seriously, and then it's just daft as shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's some bonkers fucking stuff in that movie, man. Oh my God.
But I think it was more the fact as well, and this is where social media is fun and people are just fucking stupid. Like, everyone automatically jumps into two camps with the movie. Everything's become so fucking ideological, fucking cult rage, So a movie comes out and people either being that I absolutely love it, it's the best piece of art ever fucking exists, or it's the worst thing ever, it's dog shit, and there's never any fucking in between. And that's just the way people are now. And 9 times out of 10, the ones commenting don't even watch the things. They just jump on, we're on this side, we're going to say this about a movie. Fucking thickos.
Yeah.
But like Midsummer, I just found it was funny, and I think they were trying to tell a really gritty, dark story, but they mixed it in with a slasher accidentally and arsed it up.
Yeah.
But I still had fun. Like, That wasn't even
It was a fun review.
It was a fun review. That's what I'm saying about the difference between a good and a bad review is even if it's a shit movie, you can have a good review of it. Just freaking turn the thing to pieces or talking about the bits, even disagreeing about bits. You know, we can have a laugh doing it.
Yeah.
What would you, Cameron?
Well, for me, that's
Cameron.
fucking easy as shit. That's Darius. That was the hardest time I've had sitting through a fucking movie.
What was it?
Darius.
Darius.
Why?
It was.
No, come on.
Dude, it took me how many times? I think it took me like 3 or 4 times to actually be able to make it through all the way. It was a struggle. And it was
an hour. You couldn't handle an hour.
It felt like 5.
Oh, you two are just playing me now.
I was really stoned, so.
Yeah, which makes it even better. Oh my god!
I just thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, once I understood what the hell was going on, then it was like, all right, I can watch this. But yeah, first couple of times it was like, I have no fucking clue what's going on right now.
Sorry, Gorilla Metropolitana. Yeah, I'll have a
he
word
still
with you
hates my
after
guts after my review.
Okay.
That was.
I know he's watching this right now, and yeah, these two bozos over here don't know anything about artistic creation.
Oh, is that the way it's going now? Oh.
Artistic.
Oops, we just lost Dale.
Bugger.
And the sin bin.
I wish you'd stop doing that, because on my screen, when you cut someone off, that person moves around.
Yeah,
see?
Moves around.
So now, so just now,
Ring
when
around the rosy,
you cut me off, you see, I went down into the corner. Well, now Dale's down there. So
we're in the north.
yeah, like that. See,
is that better?
Well, I was there thinking, God, Cameron's looking a lot better, and it wasn't.
No, seriously, Cameron, that can't have been your worst one.
You didn't even review it though.
I thought I reviewed it with you.
No.
Didn't I?
No.
Oh shit! All right, my worst review. Then I don't fucking know.
Yeah, he didn't say which worst movie. He said
Yeah, I thought I reviewed
it.
That's how much I blacked all that shit out. Fuck, man, I don't know what was. God, I really thought I reviewed that one, so I don't remember. I'm just gonna say Darius.
Oh, you know I am writing his biography, right? Come
What?
on,
I
You're
know
my
this
friends.
name.
You're supposed to support me.
Hold on a minute. What
I do not
Did we not just tell you? Did we not
ever
just tell you a
blindly just
story?
tell people that's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I will tell my fucking I will tell children when they draw something, if it's bad, it's fucking bad. I expect the
That's
same
right.
from everybody else.
Yeah.
The movie is for women, not for men. So
Oh, don't play that card.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, fuck off of that. That's fucking.
it's
I
a
am
woman's
barely
film.
a man.
I know why you hated it. It's because there was no hack and slash, somebody running around with a chainsaw.
No, that's
Nope.
male
well.
horror.
I watch
you-
a
hold on, have
lot
you seen
of
that
very
catalog?
pretentious horror, or just art films in general. Like, I have
Yeah.
more than just that in my blood.
Yeah, okay.
No, I love that shit.
Actually, I'll
But,
tell you
yeah.
one I reviewed
No,
very
I know,
recently
I know.
that has not a bit of hardly any gore in it at all till the very end, and that was Speak No Evil, the original Danish version. There is no gore in that, and that movie is proper disturbing. It's brilliant.
See,
No,
you don't
I'm not
need
even
to
interested in
watch, do
watching
ya?
the remake. Like, they couldn't even fucking 2 years they're doing a remake with James McAvoy, and
Oh
they changed
my
the end because it was too
gosh.
brutal. That movie is brilliant, and there's
Too
no
brutal.
hack and slash in that.
God.
Even at the very end, it's it's done more or less off camera. It's all about getting in here.
Shit, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to watch that because the
Don't
McAvoy
watch
one.
don't watch the remake. Watch the original. Watch the 20.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I need to watch the original because the McAvoy one that comes out like
That's
next
already
month,
out.
I think. Is
Yeah.
it? I don't fucking know. I
But
don't
no,
Wow.
watch the original one, and you'll have no desire to watch a remake. Trust me, it's let the right one in.
Yeah.
We did a massive.
Ooh, yeah. No, that's one I refuse to watch the the American version.
It wasn't that bad, but look at the for most of that movie, it's not a
Nothing.
hacky / gore fest. Yeah, there's 40 bits in it.
Yeah, I
But that's
absolutely adore that movie.
That's all in your head.
Yeah.
So
No, that was
your,
great.
your
The right
argument
one
is
in.
invalid, Mrs. Gibson. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right.
I thought we were higher
I
fingers in
understand.
this. Just straight the insults,
I
eh?
understand.
Huh? Something doesn't
All
go
right,
away, so I'll
okay.
straight to calling names. Is that the way it goes? Huh? Huh?
I'll calm down now. Okay. All right. It's early in the morning.
You all right? Excuses.
Here's another one for you, Carl. What's the biggest mistake you've noticed in a film, or the biggest laugh? If you take the one that me and Colin quite often laugh at is in an anthology. Do you remember the John Pertwee as the vampire?
Oh God, yeah,
You
with
saw-
the wires and
You saw
stuff.
the bats there, and the lines on the bats as they were flying around were so visible because they were about that thick.
Oh my god!
It added to the amicus, wasn't it? Because they always in their film anthologies had one sketch that was like that was quite comical. Whether it was supposed to be comical, you never know. But this was there, and I actually sent Colin a photo of it on chat, saying, "Have you seen this?" Bloody wires are like that thick on it, and this bat was just flying around, and yeah,
It could have been meta cinema. Sometimes meta cinema back in those times where they'd show bits of they'd show the microphone, and stuff like that. or-
Well, it's also a product of the time because you also had like severe grain, resolution wasn't great, so it was easier to hide shit. Like you look at shit like Flash Gordon, you watch that on 4K, it's unwatchable. You watch it on a shitty VHS on an old ass TV, completely different experience. Still terrible movie, but it's fun.
That's what they did with Suspiria, the original one. When they moved that on to 4K, oh God, everything became visible. I always talk about that.
I don't know, man.
glove
I dug it.
No, but on 4K, that's a glove puppet. You fucking see it's a glove puppet.
Yeah, I don't care, man. It's like with that kind of genre, that shit, it's safe because it's so just on the other side of reality and logic that it's like, whatever. I'll take it.
But as Colin knows, I'm one for mistakes in films. I noticed them just like if you take the film, one of the Mummies, wasn't it? And I was going, hold on, they're using a surveyor's
tripod
thing there, and this film's supposed to be based in the late 1800s. Those weren't invented till 1935.
I love it. Oh,
and things like that. I pick up on things like that, but yeah.
That's so classic.
There was loads during the Sharknado movies. Like they're driving, it doesn't make sense what they're doing. There's the last one. Like he had about 6 reverse gears. And he's reversing the Humvee. He's like, sick, duh, duh. It's like, you're already in reverse. You already do that once. God, things like that. But the thing is, that's not what I look for. If I'm having a good time.
What is it? What do we all look for? Like, what do you look for, Colin?
Well, that's to me, the story, first of all. If it's a story that I'm engaged in, I'll forgive a lot of shit. So if I'm following along and it's a good story, I'm there. I don't know that. If they're good characters, if I can resonate with the characters in terms of, get what they're about, I don't need to feed myself. I don't need to see a fat, balded, middle-aged man. I can live without that. But if I can resonate with the character and get that they're actually taking part in the story and not just some wooden plank going across the screen, that's it. Everything else I can let slide. So I can let slide effects, mistakes. Music, though, that's a thing. If they put a bad musical score in, fuck, what was that one we did, Karen? Spiral. Do you remember that shitty Canadian one we did? Where the music was just you remember the one about the couple moved in, the two blokes and their daughter, and they moved into this village?
Oh,
and
yeah, fuck.
The music in that was just...
Was that called Spiral?
It was called Spiral.
Oh my god, yeah, that was
keep
so
mixing
bad.
up with the Saw one, but it's it was a...
Well, there's another Spiral that I think of before either of those, but yeah, no, I remember because that was like early days of the pandemic on Shudder. Yeah, that was so fucking bad.
That was horrible. Like the music is just some of the Amicus ones.
Well, it's like you get like 5 seconds of dialogue and then oppressive fucking score to make it all intense, and it's like, no, you're overdoing the crescendos. Like that's supposed to be at the end, like to really drive it home, not every 5 fucking seconds.
No, it doesn't work.
Well, one of the opening theme tunes on the Amicus was when it was Night on Bald Mountain.
Yeah,
and you think, hold on, this just doesn't go because this theme tune was used in Saturday Night Fever. and it was more suitable because they changed the name of it in Saturday Night Fever to Night on Disco Mountain, but it was exactly the same.
That's funny.
But they used it as an opening tune to this one of the Amicus films. It was the one set in the asylum, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The one set in the asylum. And you think, no, it just doesn't go. Yes, it's a classical piece, but it's like
it's too much for just the opening scene.
Yeah.
Doesn't make
they've
sense.
done a couple of those.
Yeah. So that if I have a good story of characters and they calm down with the friggin' score, because that'll take me right out like that. If I get a shitty score of music coming in at the wrong time, I'm out. It's like getting a punch in the face. You're just right, and you're not in the movie anymore.
Yep.
But apart from that, I can forgive a lot. I watch some cheesy shit, as you know, and laugh at it and enjoy it. What would you do? What do you look for in a movie?
What I really, really look for is one thing is cinematography, because I absolutely love it. But the other thing is I want to see, ever since watching Sir Peter Jackson's filmography and seeing how close the crew and the cast are, as in everyone's on board, especially when it comes to independent films, when you can see that the crew and the cast are giving 100% to their performance or to their task. That's what I love to see, especially in the independent sphere. Just people aren't just turning up, getting paid $200 and doing their job. They're actually going above and beyond their scope kind of thing, and especially in independent films, you can see when the crew and the cast are gelling, and you can see when they're not gelling. So that's mostly kind of what I'm looking for. I mean, story and all that's important, and characterization and that, but if they're not knitted together, if they're not working together 100%, I can tell, and I don't like that.
I think that's something we got from when we watched the 7th Street stuff and the Ackerstar films as well. You can kind of see that they're a team, they're a troupe.
Yes.
And it does come across on screen. There's a lot of things can go wrong, especially with limited budget and time. But when you can see everyone sort of get together, and that's one thing I think Cameron was talking about when we watched the 7th Street series of movies. You can see that getting more and more tight. It's tighter as it go along.
Like that. Yeah.
What would you, Steve?
Well, I suppose it's story. I do like a good story and a good script. Because if you take the ones we're going through, the classic horror, a lot of them were quite original back then, or based on something original, like Dracula based on Bram Stoker's story, and you're talking of what's he called, Alfred Hitchcock taking Psycho, and it's the backstory as well of how it was nearly not made. If you take Friday the 13th, I've got a huge book of Friday the 13th. It's about this big, and reading up on that, they never even had a script before they went to the people to say, "Will you fund this film?" There was no script. It was an idea,
just an idea.
Yeah, and it's all the backstory, but yeah, it's got to be a good script, a good story, and I think carrying some actors carry the cast more than others. We've noticed this with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee.
I think him more than Christopher Lee, actually.
Yeah, and it just shows just his presence, his stage presence, and we've often said it, haven't we? Some actors act and couldn't care less about the things like how much they're earning, where others, hey, I'll have the money, couldn't care less about the film. If it bombs, it bombs. And so it's a difference in
I think that was an example. The Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll. Christopher Lee played like a side character in it.
Yeah.
And a complete dilettante. You know, he's just, he wasn't a nice character.
Yeah.
But he was able to step back and not be the lead.
Yeah, he
but
was
still be a really good part of the machine.
Yeah.
And I think when we looked it up as well, it was he said himself it was one of his favorite roles because he got to do something completely different.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it didn't take away from the main actors or the main protagonists in the story. He just played his part, but he was happy to do it.
Yeah. So it's just the the story in the actors. It's and I think this is where a lot of cinema today is failing because they're thinking more. I can earn 20 million for this film. I can earn 40 million for this film. Don't care if it bombs. It's tough. I've got my 40 million. Where I think a lot of the older generation of actors who had to act to earn their money in a different way really put their heart and soul into it. So yeah.
Well, we're watching the collapse of the industry anyway, so we're seeing how that's not, it's not sustainable long term. You get away with it in short, but we're seeing it happening now. What about you, buddy, Karen?
For me, I mean, it's simple. I just want to have fun. I don't give a shit the budget. I don't give a shit about the acting, the story, whatever. Like if I can sit down for 90 minutes and just forget how bleak and just depressing life is, that's all I give a shit about. Like whether it's something that's super highbrow, something that's just dumb and goofy, I don't care. As long as I enjoy it and enjoy myself while watching it, that's literally the only thing I care about.
Yeah, that's important. Very important.
Yeah, because it's not just.
Are you finding it now like? Are you finding it now like you can't watch a horror without reviewing it, but then you have to stop yourself from reviewing it so that you can actually enjoy it?
Nope. I am actually the exact opposite. Like if I'm legit reviewing it, I have to keep reminding myself, take notes. You're not just having fun. You need to you're watching this critically. You're not just watching this go moving pictures.
True.
Yay. Yeah. So I haven't lost that, luckily.
I think I've always been one for picking up on mistakes just like that. I think it stemmed, one of the first ones I can remember was, I was 14 at the time, Disney's The Black Hole, 1979. And Maximilian Snell and Anthony Perkins were in the scene, and Maximilian Snell says, and Anthony Perkins goes, "You're going in through the black hole," and Maximilian Snell goes, "In, through," and he looks, realizes he's pointing in the wrong direction, and goes, "And beyond."
Oh my god!
And they kept it in. They kept it in. And it was like, "Oh my god, no! You just the windows behind you, not over there." And,
that's funny.
Yeah. And that was one of the first that I noticed on mistakes, and since then I just pick up on things like that, and even things like that. They'll be drinking a bottle of wine, and I'll think, hold on. That bottle of wine, yeah, that wasn't produced until like
my God.
I've noticed things like that, and someone in one film back along was wearing a pair of Nike trainers that were really up to date ones, and this film was based in sort of 1940 something, and it's just things like that.
Oh, funny shit.
That's what
But saying
fun.
that, we've said any mistakes in like older films, haven't we, Carl? We don't take no notice of because other things take over it.
Yeah.
And the quality of the acting and the quality of the film in the story, and back then, a mistake they probably wouldn't have seen. Whereas in today's age, they think, "Oh my God, there's a mistake."
All right, kids. Sorry, I got to cut in real quick. I got to jet out. Got my dog. I got to give some medicine too. It was a fucking pleasure. Can't wait for another 4 more years. You guys have fun.
No worries, buddy.
Awesome.
Thanks for taking time out, and we will speak to you soon.
Hell yeah. Have a good one, guys.
All right.
Have a good night. Bye.
Yeah, like 2 hours, bloody hell. Haven't seen the time go in.
Oh, shit. It has been.
Yeah. God, it's been proper going at it. No, that's the thing. I find if I'm enjoying myself, I don't go looking. When I'm not enjoying myself, then I am picking out every detail, every mistake.
That's it.
If I don't get that, like Cameron said, sense of fun, if I'm not enjoying myself in a movie, and enjoying myself doesn't mean haha laugh, comedy. It means I'm enjoying the experience of the movie.
You're engaged. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If I'm not engaged, if I'm not with whatever it is, and like I said, I watch a variety of movies. That's it. I start nitpicking. And I really start getting into, they've done that wrong, they've done that. You yourself, if you've had a bad customer service experience, you'll start picking up everything that's wrong. Your mind just goes towards that. And I just find myself being like that.
Yeah. Yes. Interesting.
Like for me, I didn't even go. The worst review I did was a movie called Beaster Bunny.
Beaster Bunny.
The Beaster Bunny.
Really?
It was called Peter Cottontail. Something had about 3 titles, but they settled on the Beaster Bunny. Now that should have been fun. That should have been daft, having a laugh, which is why I'm not really engaged. See why they're doing the fairy tale ones now, and they're taking them way too seriously. Like Cameron loves the Winnie the Pooh ones, and I'm like, nah, they're not. This was one that should have been funny and a laugh, and even with a small budget, but it was so badly done, you just couldn't even switch off. And I just hate myself. Another one was called Broil, where it was one I tend not to watch trailers now because the trailer will cover me whether I'm going to enjoy a movie or not.
Yep.
And that was a movie. If I had to watch the trailer, I wouldn't have watched the movie.
Yep.
It was so stupid. Like.
Oh God! I've still got to see your review on Toxic Avengers. Oh, that is my least favorite movie in the whole entire planet. Oh God!
There's a sense of self-awareness and fun to them.
Yeah, not that one though. Seriously,
Cameron Chris and I brought Shay on for that. That was
I wonder if I watch it now as opposed to back in 2007, what I would think of it. Yeah.
It's
because my tastes have changed.
See, to me, that's one that they knew what they were making and they just embraced it. So you got that sense of fun with it. They did a 4th one, Citizen Toxie, and it's bad. I didn't enjoy that at all. And you can tell when they didn't. What made the original 3, that sense of fun, had gone out of the 4th one.
Right.
It just wasn't there,
Why did they do that?
But that's, that's what happens. So somebody can have one idea and then they just keep going over and over and over and they don't progress. Or they're finished with an idea and the studio wants them to make another one and then they go back and they're not really, their heart's not in it. Look at the difference between Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
You could tell the different mindsets he was in. He was brought back to take over from Guillermo del Toro and he wasn't really in the right mindset, and then he was under the pressure
Yes.
He couldn't film in his normal style, and you saw how that came out on screen. Completely different experience.
Totally.
That's when I start looking at the background of when I see something's wrong with a movie. That's when I start getting interested in the shenanigans going on behind the scenes.
Yeah,
a lot of the Clive Barker stuff we covered. When you see that stuff appearing, then you start looking behind the scenes to see what the hell went wrong. But also, Clive Barker isn't a good director. He's a great storyteller, he's a great writer, but he's not a good director, and that's where he needs to step back and let someone else who's more experienced in that field take over.
Yeah.
The most horrific video ever made, film, right? And there was never ever a sequel, right? It was my wedding video. But if you play it in rewind, I come out a free man.
Oh, yeah, bad. God. Is it past your bedtime?
I've got to take my doggy out yet.
Yeah, God.
Oh,
man.
Oh, God.
No, this has been a lot of fun.
Classic. Yeah, I love the birthday wishes.
We got to sing it, Del. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, HORRORific podcast. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Hip hip. Hooray.
That's about as choreographed as every one of our streams, and I love it.
4 years, eh? Oh my gosh. Did you foresee still being here in 4 years,
Honestly,
yes.
After the first year, no.
No?
Because, like I said, the first year of this was horrendous. Just everything, nothing was going right. We were doing the Horrific Tales that was coming out, but even that, like I said, the drama behind it, it was like, why am I bothering to do this?
Yeah.
I think this round about the second year sort of reached a turning point where it started getting fun again.
Good.
And we got the hang of the live streams once that bit, because that was really grating on me till I found the setup, got the setup sorted, because it's frustrating when you want to do a good job and things are working against you, that it's, not from actual just being on and presenting, but when everything else is going on, just really makes you look like an amateur and you don't know how to fix it. And it's not even a money thing, because there's loads of stuff out there will happily take your money off you but not fix the problem.
Oh, absolutely.
So I've always been worried about that, just to go, oh, right, spend money on this, spend money on that, because I know there's loads of people that have solutions. You see it in the writing world. How many people, it's borderline extortion. A lot of editors are like, oh, you will, basically come through me or I'll badmouth you. You've seen that happen. With someone really aggressive in the groups.
Yeah.
If you don't use our our small press publishers, you're not gonna, we're gonna blacken your name. That's more of a concern about like the Horror Writers Association. As much as I get on with a few of them, there's borderline extortion going on there. We will feature you or you'll not be a horror writer, sort of thing. And you're like, really?
Yeah.
I don't like that. And you see other ones.
No.
There's a bit of nastiness going on. So I got that all, like, because I was sort of stepped in that world, that near put me off. Getting frustrated with the Facebook group because nobody was engaging. I felt like I was pulling tape. Like, why am I wasting my time doing this?
I think.
I
don't know if it's true, but I sell a lot of books because people mistake me for Stephen Knight, who wrote Peaky Blinders and Rules of the Game. And I get emails from people. I've had 4 this week saying, would I be prepared to look at their script and everything? And could I be an actor in one of your TV shows? And so I get them all the time. And I'm there thinking, do they think I'm like Stephen Knight and they're buying my books? Like,
you know what? Yeah, I'd take it.
The only way they could get my contact email address would be to go on my website.
Yeah.
So,
oh my god.
So that's
Here,
what
I'd take that as a win.
Yeah, I'd take that as a win as well.
Yeah.
I suppose this would be a good time to mention this, but as of now, there will be an email going around soon, but submissions will be open for our first anthology.
Yay!
So, Horrific Tales Volume 1, titled Hauntings. We will be taking submissions and we'll be putting it out under Horrific Productions, which has been a wee thing ticking along in the background while this has been going on. And finally at a stage where I'm ready to get it off the ground. So basically, anything haunted house, objects, people, locations, anything to do with hauntings, I'll do it, in proper synopsis, what I'm looking for. But
yep.
And obviously, if you've been involved with the show before, please, get involved. It's just a wee way to say thank you to folks and put something out there. Obviously, if it takes off and does well at the start of a series, that's what it's all down. But I at least want to try the first one to see where it goes. And
yay! I'm in.
Another
100%.
option for people to get their work out there, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So are you looking for a maximum word count?
Between 3,000 to 5,000 words. And £25 an entry, a submission.
Excellent.
So there'll be paid submissions. By the way, I was never going to do it for free. I was always going to make sure there's a position.
5,000 words, God.
That's nothing. Come on.
Yeah, right. Hang on.
Most of my books are about 110,000.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you write short books.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh no, but you might be in the position where you don't know how to write a short story.
I know. Yeah.
Because you've only written novels, so you need to jump onto my YouTube and watch my videos on writing tips on short stories.
You're at 97 subscribers. You're nearly at 100, aren't you? You're like 97 at the moment.
Nearly. Yeah, I'm not really concerned about that. I just want people to watch my videos, my writing tips, because I'm loving sharing secret information.
That's people give you shit for that as well, didn't they?
Yeah, we're starting to, but it's all sort of died off now. So
it's amazing when you tell people to piss off how quickly they disappear into the background, isn't it?
Yeah, and you never see them again, actually. So
it's when you apologize to them or try to placate them, that's when you get trouble, because then see a target.
Yeah, exactly. You can't show weakness, and you have to have skin, definitely. Yeah,
you got to upset the right people, Del. See, like MPs and stuff like that. All right.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You got to get solicitors letters from MPs and things like
that. That's when you know you've made it.
That's when you know you're good.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, no, that's awesome. Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
That'll be deadline will be 1st of December for submission. So basically, plan is get it all in, get it edited, put together, and released in the new year. So into the 5th year, we'll have our first anthology out. What I want to do then is obviously have that thing. If that thing takes off, then that'll depend when volume 2 comes out, and each volume will have a theme.
Yes.
And it'll be sort of tied on the podcast and
No, that'll be great.
Oh, there's Chris on. Hey man, trader. Yeah, you go spend time with your family. Yeah.
Yeah, what are you doing here? Go away.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be going on roller coasters.
Yeah. It's only the dedicated people on here.
How dare you choose your family over us? Oh God.
Oh. But yeah, that'll be that's what I
Oh.
want to do. I want to see that see if we can get that to take off, and
Yay.
let's start, putting something out there, giving people a chance to get published, to have, especially those that have been involved with the podcast, especially at the very start when nobody knew who we were.
Yep.
There's a lot of you folks and all came on board and shared your stories and came on like what it was utter dog shit. I'll not lie. Like the first year, the setup was just crap. There was no excuses for it. And the reason I leave the content up as well, so people can see a progression, see that you can start this, and it's okay as long as you get better. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really happy that we're at a stage now I can actually do this and get it put together, and I'll be looking forward to getting the submissions.
Yay!
However, get on the email list. That's the only way you're going to find out how to do it, and you need to reply via that. So get on our email list, which is in the description.
Am I on the email list?
You tell me if.
Yeah.
You get the newsletter?
Yeah.
Newsletter?
Yeah, well, then you're on the
email. Two of them. I get two of them, one to one email, one to the other.
Well, you can unsubscribe from one. The wee button in the bottom says unsubscribe, but
that's all right.
Yeah, it's basically.
Yeah, I get two as well. It's fine. I get one on my Gmail and then one on my Hotmail. It's just the way I've set it up. So, but that's fine. I love it.
Yeah.
Yay! Oh, I can't wait. I haven't haven't done an anthology. Since the beginning of the year, I think. So contributed to an anthology. So, yay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. Like I said, I want something tangible to go along with the podcast, if that makes sense. This is the next stage of moving forward.
Yeah.
The brand, making it something tangible out there in the world. And I'd like to see if we get an anthology together and it starts hitting shelves, if that makes sense, then there's something that's tangible looking back, and they've got plans for using QR codes. So at the end of each submission, put a wee QR code at the bottom with the author's details, so people can scan it, and just play about that sort of thing.
Brilliant.
I'm working on something as well in the background, and that should be out in the new year as well. So we've got quite a few things. Also, we're back to the world of Alien before too long in the next couple of weeks. So if you aren't on the email list, you'll want to do it, because we're giving away a full physical copy of Heart of Darkness. It's the game we're going to be playing next. So that's everything. It's nice, brand new. Get on the email list, because there'll be instructions how to win that when we start back on that again. So we've got quite a bit going on. Not just, it's not just movie reviews. The Horrific Tales, by the way, is still open. It never stopped. It's just I'm not pushing as hard because, like I said, there's just too much snarkiness in the indie writer sphere, and I've tried to get to the bottom of what the hell's going on, but nobody wants to talk about it, so I stopped wasting my time. But there's something not right there, and it's a shame because people are being put off, like, creating because of a few people with maniacs.
Right. Yes.
And you see that going on, so
yeah.
You know me, I'll work with anybody. If you've got the right attitude, I'll, happy to feature anybody, but there's always that avenue open. Just reach out via the email, but I'm just not making a big thing about it anymore because, like I said, I don't need to get DM'd anymore from idiots.
No, God blimey.
Especially people go look at my personal email, my personal DMs, and give me shit over saying, check this person out, because that's all I've ever said on social media is check this person out, check that person out, check out their story, go see what they're up to. I don't think that's like really offensive, but for somebody to go call me a dickhead and all that sort of stuff over it, I don't need that shit in my life.
Jesus. Far out.
Yeah, I had a weirdo as well. Remember when this channel first started? There was this freaking weirdo was following me on every platform. And every comment was a snarky one. Oh, that sounds terrible. Oh, that's this, that's that. And you're like, why are you even here then? Like, it was the same and it popped up everywhere. You know, it was the same handle, same username. Can't remember what it was. And like, what the? Go away.
Yeah.
So I've had all that. But
You don't
here's the
need that
thing.
shit.
That was the reason when I try to have conversations with people, I try to get everybody to talk about their troll experience because it's going to happen to you.
I get them on some reviews. I get people writing bad reviews, and I don't know who these people are, and yet their purchases aren't verified by Amazon.
Yeah.
So you think, well, have they actually bought the book? You know, is it someone I know, or you know, that I've upset or something like that? And
yeah, just going after you. But you're going to get that. The reason I try to talk about it is so people can understand that it's going to happen, but it doesn't mean you have to stop or take it seriously. In fact, you know me, when I get a troll, I'm fucking posting up and having a laugh.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
I welcome them because I'm just going to take the piss.
But this is the thing I've been having with Amazon. You know, I've never ever received a reply. We should have the right to reply on Amazon reviews.
You should.
But
you know,
they don't want. It's a shitty plot. They don't want any hassle or anything. They're weird. Like they'll ban 1-star reviews and stuff. And
right.
One thing I've noticed with Amazon is if you use your own ISBNs and list your book on Amazon, they take longer to bring them up on the live, you know, for sale. Yeah, I've noticed it several times when a lot of my books have got, you know, their own. What I did is the paperbacks I've given ISBN to in hardcover, because I don't really sell a lot of hardcovers. I use their ISBN. And they'll put the hardcover up, no problem. Mine will take 3 or 4 days more. So
yeah, and as far as Amazon goes, you know, well, you know, when somebody's written a say a bad review about one of your books, I just ignore it.
Oh, I do.
Even. Yeah, even if the option was there to reply, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
I think what Steve's talking about though is somebody blatantly hasn't read the book. And their review is on something completely different.
Like, for instance, someone wrote, "Oh, he's used real people in this," and I thought, "Well, no, I haven't." "Oh, you've used real life situations." Yeah, but my first book is about real life situations. It's based on my life, you know. You know, and it's based on things that have happened. They've just sort of blown up a bit, you know, because in real life, I didn't kill anyone in real life, but you know, and it's just blown up. So the situations are real, but the, you know, the deaths and everything obviously aren't. But I've used real life people in real life situations. I should be sued for this, someone wrote.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I thought, well, I haven't. You know, it's
but they never cite facts.
Rules of the game. It was. Oh, they've used real life situation, real life people in rules of the game. And I thought, no, you're wrong. You haven't read the book.
Yeah.
You know? So,
wow.
God, I got kicked out of PetSmart about 6 times trying to get the sound effect for that bunny. No, I didn't, folks.
God.
That was a lot of that was a hard one to actually get the sound effects for. The not find graphic stuff, but actually make it and twist it, and I did a bit of editing to make it sound worse than what it was. I was quite proud of that, actually, because that was one I had to dig a bit deeper for, because I hate anything to do with animals, but you know, when you want the sound authentic.
Yeah.
So that was one of the sound effects I really really had to dig deep and play with and get it so it did what it did.
I used to everything years and years ago. I used to go to local football matches with a ref's whistle. You know, I used to blow it randomly, and things used to stop.
You're bad.
Why have we stopped? You know, what do you want, ref? I haven't done anything.
I'm surprised you didn't get that.
Over on the other side of the pitch, and you know, and go and what?
You're naughty.
I'm surprised you didn't get
the other thing. The other thing I've done is I've been in Sainsbury's in Plymouth, and there was a woman, and she must have had half a dozen bloody bratty kids, all smart, you know, bringing things. I want a packet of sweets and all things like this. So I went into the sort of pharmacy bit area, picked up a load of packets of condoms. When she wasn't looking, I put them in her trolley.
You're bad.
I hate to think what her face was when she actually got to the checkout.
Yes, I've never used these in my life. Probably
not.
I remember I was working in the supermarket. I was over in America, and God, these bratty kids had managed to jump onto one of the, you know, the pump trucks, the trolleys that they use for lifting pallets.
No.
Somebody had left it out, you know, but they were jumping on it, and I'm like, right, off that, that's dangerous. And the parent came up to me, well, if you hadn't left it out there, they wouldn't be playing on it. I'm like, where'd you drag your kids up? They weren't obviously raised, you fucking creature, you know.
What?
I was just like,
oh,
get
God.
Out.
It's not a toy, kids.
No, but the fact that the parent wasn't mortified, and the fact the parent thought it was perfectly okay, and like,
yes. Mm-hmm.
So,
wow.
My last book, The Mist on the Mountain, because it's based where I live, and I asked a load of people on the Garrow Hub, if you want to be included in the book, let me know your details, and you can be included. And I killed a couple off, and and they think it's brilliant. I've sold absolutely loads of books around here, and I give the people in the Garrow, I give them a £1 discount if they bought it direct from me, which I would have had to pay Amazon anyway, you know, and I've sold absolutely loads, and there's going to be a sequel. It's going to be my first book with a sequel. Called The Fire. This one's going to be called The Fire on the Mountain, and I've I've asked people if you want to be included in the book, and more people have come through this time because there's been a book in the Garrow, you know, and they've got we want to be in the book, we want to be in the book, and it's
wow.
Everyone from the local PCSO, Police Community Support Officer. I actually told the guy down the cafe because when it was the old owner that wanted to be included in the book, could you put my cafe in the book? And of course, then he sold the cafe to the new owner. And I was actually down there the other day when coffee. I said, hey, you know, Lily's Cafe's in like the book, don't you? He went, no. Oh, I'll have to buy one of them. And he got right on his bloody thing and bought one, see? And,
my God!
It's mad, and it's done very well around here. But yeah.
Oh, that's awesome!
And then
congratulations!
God, you've got On Down Love coming out as well.
Yes, I do. So that'll come out in February.
He looks like he's cheated to death.
Eh?
The actor who's in the trailer.
Oh, yes.
He is chewed at the bits.
I know. I don't know what that's all about.
I think he needs to get some Vaseline and calm down.
Maybe it's from drinking too much blood.
But that must be quite cool as well.
It's freaking my dream come true. When I first started writing, I said, I want one of my stories to be a movie, and it happened. It's happening. And actually, we've got another one coming out next year as well. So I'll just wait and let you know about that when that one happens. So yeah, loving it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll have to get Clayton on the show.
Yeah, no, I know. Yep, I've
Hopefully
told
I'm on
him
it.
he's coming on here. He's coming on my channel. Yep, we need to interview him.
So
he's a great guy.
Looking forward into the future, what sort of things the folks want to see? Obviously, we'll keep doing what we do. We've got our regular stuff, but as you know, it's always about updating and refreshing. So, like I said, having the anthologies coming out as well, I hope it gives a bit of a buzz and an extra dimension to the show. But what will we be doing, or what do you think? I'd like to see more of this, more of us together as a team, as opposed to.
I do too. Yeah.
I want to see more of that. It's just times are a nightmare, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, that's
what
true,
time is it in New Zealand anyway?
Well, it's you guys are exactly 12 hours behind because it's daylight savings now. And when does your daylight savings start?
The end of October.
End of October.
End of October. Ours is the beginning of October.
Back.
Yeah, and ours go forward, see? Because we're going into, well, we're in spring now. So, yeah, so you're 12 hours behind. So, oh, God, it's quite late for you guys.
What about the country just over the border, Australia?
That one, they're 4 hours behind us. I know.
I remember talking to Dick Dale. He was Aussie. We were closer together.
Yeah,
he actually came over, and he was in London. But that's just when my mum passed, and it was just that weekend.
Oh no!
And I couldn't get down to see him. And I was good. I felt like an arsehole.
That's not your fault.
No, but when somebody, it's not as if it just popped over. You know what I mean? It's like it was a major trip we'd been saving up for, and it was a film festival. And yeah, I just got back. You know, he was over on the Thursday, and I just got back from Northern Ireland on the Thursday morning. I was like, oh mate, nah,
the
sorry.
last thing you want to do. Yeah.
Talking of the Lord of the Rings again, I'm trying to think of the comedian that was. I just tried to look it up now, but when it was first out, he says, "Thank God they filmed it in New Zealand." He says, because if they filmed it in America, he says the Yanks are that bad. He says they would have landed up killing each other, and Saruman would have won.
Well, exactly. Right. Oh my God. Yeah, no, it was cool having all those famous actors here in Wellington. That was awesome seeing them. Yep, just walking along the streets, going to our cafes, using the dry cleaners that I used to work at, and yeah, no, it was awesome. Yeah, so yeah,
we had to see him when they were filming Game of Thrones and that, and a few other things. It was just, but
wow,
nobody gives a shit in Belfast, so it was like,
yeah, true.
They just got the piss taken out of them. And they didn't like it. A lot of them didn't like it. They were expecting to be lorded over, and nobody gives a shit. And they're like, wrong place. You want that? Go to London. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go to Hollywood. You want to wander over.
Dubrovnik have really caught on to it, and everything's a Game of Thrones something. Game of Thrones ice cream, Game of Thrones burger. Coming to the shop.
So weird.
They must have been gutted after season 8, though.
Yeah.
Like they just watched their entire tourist industry crumble.
Yeah. It's still pretty, you know, you go into their sweet shop over there and in the boxes are still Game of Thrones and stuff like that, you know.
Oh God, they'll have to get rid of them.
I give up after season 5. In fact, the only reason I watched it was because Sean Bean was on, and I thought Sean Bean was going to go back to the Sharp days. No, but I'm a massive Sharp fan, and I thought, oh, Sean Bean's back in the telly. Oh, we're getting Sharp with swords, and then he got killed.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that was very sad. Yeah, that was totally unexpected. That was so unexpected to have him.
George R.R. Martin, he's an arsehole. I do not like that man.
Yeah.
You listen to him speak, and he is a dickhead.
I watched this film. I watched this film. Oh, this was years and years and years ago. God, I was still married, so it must have been the 80s. But it was about a brother and sister who lived together, but you couldn't make out whether they were a brother or sister, and they were having a sexual relationship, and you thought they were brother and sister, but then it went along another storyline, and they weren't brother and sister, and it was a weird ending. It left you thinking, were they brother or sister? I'm trying to think of what was it? God, it
wasn't Flowers in the Attic. Oh God, do you remember they made the movie of that?
Not Flowers in the Attic. Oh God.
The book series is good, but that
was
movie
an
they made
actual
from
New
it,
Zealand film.
Oh, it was a New Zealand film.
Yeah.
Oh, not Natural Born. Oh no, sorry.
No.
What? A brother and sister.
Yeah.
God, can't think.
I'll have to find out and let you know.
Yeah, that might be.
It'd be one of those, a bit like that one with David Warner, where I'm going to have to search for other things.
There's another rabbit hole we're
bring
coming
it in. Yeah.
But we'll have to put our heads together, and we'll have to think of a series or something that can. Is sort of this Sunday or Saturday night a good time?
Yeah.
Once a month or something. We'll try and... No, I don't mean like right now. I mean just spitballing for the future. Like something we can get together on, like 3 or 4 of us, you know.
I'm keen.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll sort something out.
If you get something out there, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, as always, folks in the chat and that, you know, if you've got suggestions, we're always up for it. You know, it's all about moving forward, progressing, keeping the thing fresh. You know, it's all
come and join us.
Living.
Chris, see if you can actually turn up next time.
Yeah, see if you can like have proper priorities. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Know where your loyalties lie. Family.
Oh, that's so mean to you, Chris. I don't know why you keep coming back.
Typical Star Wars fan, isn't it?
Star Wars sucks. Oh, sorry.
I'm not. I am
well,
not.
Chris, I used to think that you looked like Luke Skywalker, but after tonight, you've gone really downhill. You Jabba the Hutt.
Although, in fairness, Jabba the Hutt doesn't drink green titty milk, so I think Jabba the Hutt's actually a better character in the end.
Oh my God!
He's another asshole. Mark Hamill. He has a tit. He's an absolute lunatic. Shit, he posts all the time. Like, what are you doing?
Who?
Mark Hamill.
That?
Yeah, Mark Hamill.
Oh, right.
The place, Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh wow.
Arseholes, like. I cannot. That's one thing I can't do is get mesmerized by celebrities. Even younger, I can't be starry-eyed at people.
Well, just
no, I've never had. I don't think ever I've had someone that I've looked up to like that. Music-wise, I've always been a Pet Shop Boys fan, but that's because I actually saw them when they were an unknown band. I saw them in London, and I've just followed them ever since. But I've never actually been they haven't been my idols, sort of thing. I've just followed.
So you haven't thrown your knickers up on the stage, no?
No, hold me under pants.
Control yourself.
I think it's. I think it's a thing where they're just people. You know, celebrities are just people, and
The Cure. Oh, when they came over.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Robert Smith.
Yeah.
I'm a Robert Smith freaking groupie, man. Oh, it's my soul music.
Good music.
Yeah.
Good music.
Yeah.
Well,
but I've been infatuated, I have to say, with Keanu Reeves. He's such a great actor. And then Edward, of course, and that's about it. Everyone else is just.
Have you seen the things on Keanu Reeves? He catches the New York tube around.
Yeah, he does.
And if someone's in front of him who's struggling to pay for their like shopping, he just goes, there you go, and pays for it for them. And
the proceeds he got from John Wick, he gave them all to the crew members.
The crew, that's right.
Yeah. So he does things like that. Yeah. So, there's special people like that out there, I think, who
that's why,
just are really amazing.
There's some movies these are just they're a bit silly, like the Man of Tai Chi and stuff. You're like, what the hell?
Oh,
but because you like him, you forgive him. I really didn't like the last Bill and Ted thing they did. That was terrible. Really shitting their own characters. There was no need for that. But even then, if I bumped into it, I'd be like, hello. I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't do the selfie thing or autograph thing. I couldn't be arsed for that. I never chased those.
Yeah, we don't do that over here in New Zealand. We don't run after celebrities like when they're in the street and stuff like that. We tend to look at them and then move away from them, sort of thing, to give them their privacy. Yeah, whereas in America they run up and would you sign my back or bloody something stupid like that.
We had quite an experience once because me and my son used to watch Coronation Street. And they had a character on there called it was played by a guy called Connor McIntyre.
Oh, I remember you telling me that story.
And completely out of the blue one day, considering this was quite a distance because Coronation Street's filmed in Manchester and we lived in Plymouth. We were just walking down the street. I lived in quite a rough area, and we saw this bloke pass us. And me and my son looked at each other and went, "That's that guy off Coronation Street." Why he was in Plymouth in this area, we never know because it's a prostitute area. So we just turned and went, "Connor," and he turned around and he went, "Hello." He says, "Who wants to know?" We goes, "Coronation Street, Alan." Come over to us. He talked to us like he wasn't starstruck or anything, yapping about everything, telling us about his. He had an art gallery section down in the units. And he talked to us for absolutely ages. Wasn't starstruck, and real nice guy. You wouldn't have thought he was a celebrity. Anyway, a couple of weeks later, I was in the post office queue. He was in front of me, and he goes, "Oh, hello again. Hello, mate. How you doing?" And it was just like that conversation there, and you think,
wow.
He says, "Oh, what have you got coming up?" He says, "Oh, I'm in Panto soon." He says, "But it's up in Manchester, so I guess you won't be coming up to see me up there." I goes, "Oh, no, probably not." But yeah, Conor McIntyre, he's a fantastic guy. I've got a lot of respect for him. But on the other hand, James Corden, asso, say hello to him in a restaurant in Cardiff, a couple of years ago, and he told you where to go,
He's a massive bell end anyway.
Hey?
He's a massive bell end anyway. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what people get excited about him for. He's horrible. He just...
We only said hello to him, and he told us to F off. Can't you see I'm out eating? He goes, "Fuck off." Yeah. We just said hello, mate.
Wow, what a tosser. Tosser.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That'd be weird. It'd be weird having some random person come and go, "Oh, you're calling up the Horrific podcast." I'd be like, "Huh?"
Hey,
that'd be
my 15.
Be funny.
I'm well known down the local chemist. You're Steve, the author, aren't you?
Oh, choice. That's awesome.
The chemist, yeah. But,
oh wow.
Fair one.
I said, "Oh, you don't want to be included in the new book, then?" I says, "Don't want to be killed or anything." "No, but you can kill our pharmacist, Ellis."
But that's the way you want it to be, though. You want it just to be friendly banter, just not.
Yeah, that's what it is.
People not being lunatics, and it's all taken of. Yeah, it's what I do. Fine.
It's a little village, and everyone knows everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I've chased a few musicians around. Actually, I have to say, I met so Michael Jackson, Alanis Morissette, Sarah McLachlan. I've chased them all down at the end of their concerts and got hugs and autographs and shit like that. They're back in my 20s, so now I'm a bit more shy and reserved. I don't know if I can approach an actor or a singer anymore. I don't know. But yeah, Michael Jackson was pretty cool. He was awesome.
No, what was it? The bass player out of Therapy back in the day used to go to a lot of gigs and stuff. One of my mates, Keith, he was a massive fan. And I was like, oh, well, I'll go with you sort of thing. And ended up in they like to come out into the crowd and stuff, with the support acts and all that. And I talked to this guy. I must have met him in about 4 different gigs and had no clue who he was. It was just, all right, mate, hello again. Alan or something his name was. And afterwards, Keith go up there, you were talking to, I'm like, why didn't you go up and say hello then if you know him?
Oh,
you just fucking gassed away. I couldn't. I'm like, he's a fucking sound bloke. And then he actually got to know me a bit, because I would go to gigs on a regular basis.
Wow.
And just end up yarning away. And freaking my mate, who's an actual fan of the band. No way, I don't mind him, but I'm not like super fan. He's like,
wow,
afraid to go forward. And I just found that very strange. I'm like, he's a dead-on bloke. We fucking chat for a good 10 minutes here. And it was just one of them stamps. All right, mate, having fun. I stop saying I'm not laughing, you know what it is. And just...
That's hilarious. But that's so true. I mean, like, if I saw Robert Smith, I wouldn't know what to do. Like, I'd want to run up to him and give him a hug and go, oh my God, you've saved my life how many times? But I wouldn't. I'd be so like, oh my God, no, what do I do? Do you say hello? Do you shake hands? Do you, oh no, he might think I'm a dick or... yeah, so I can see why your friend went through that. That's hilarious. Oh my God.
It's like some footballers, isn't it? Some Premiership footballers are stop and talk to their fans and, go up to the kids and others are just like stick their hands up and don't want to be seen. But WWE wrestlers are the worst ones.
Right.
Wrestling's the worst thing in the world. That's why I think American politics and all the way it is because of wrestling, because that has translated into every aspect of their life. That's the way they get on. And then the other one goes, and you're just like, go away. And then that's the way their politicians talk to each other. That's the way their news people talk to each other. That's the way they talk to each other in the street. And I blame wrestling for everything wrong in the world. Yep. But Spicy, do you remember back in the day, people used to argue with
English wrestling.
Oh, Big Daddy and Jan Haystacks and my granny.
They would always stop and talk to their fans, no matter how nasty they were in their matches.
Yeah.
And but true story about Giant Haystacks, because when we used to go Plymouth Guildhall, there used to be a lady there. They used to call her Umbrella Vi because she used to take her umbrella everywhere. And whenever there was a bad wrestler, especially Giant Haystacks was about 40 odd stone, and if he was nasty to another wrestler in the ring, she used to go up with her brolly after and she used to whack him like this. But he knew her and he used to go, "Fine, don't hit me anymore, and you think, hold on, you've just been a real swine to that wrestler in the thing, and there you are afraid of this little old lady.
But
he was a real nice guy, it appears, but he was just his storyline was for him to be a nasty because of his size. He'd jump on him. You imagine 40 stone landing on you. Obviously, they used to do it properly, so
they all practiced. It was like
But, it's Giant and Big Daddy, Mick McManus. God, remember that all them.
That was every Saturday we would visit my granny, and she loved it. It was always a wrestling one.
Yeah, 4 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon.
That was it. Shut up, Granny's watching wrestling.
Yeah.
Granny's watching wrestling. Oh my God.
Yeah, that Umbrella Vi. She was so funny. Umbrella, you nasty little devil, I'm going to get you. The wrestlers were afraid of her.
Oh my god.
Fun times.
Oh, yeah.
Well, folks, this has been absolute blast. I have to
Yeah.
say, I'm glad we got that.
Nice birthday celebration, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just shooting the shit, you know what I mean? That's what this podcast is all about. You know, we'll talk about movies and stuff, but at the same time, it's just people hanging out. And I think folks need to see that again. You know, there's so much nasty shit out there. And people just slagging each other off.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
I want to push back against that because I can't be arsed. Too old.
Me neither.
Seen it when it goes wrong, seen when it goes too far, and want to kind of push back against the brink, you know, and just show a bit of frigging humanity again. Be nice and
kindness, and that's damn right.
for those that deserve it, of course. If you're an arsehole, stand by. You're getting both barrels back. You know.
Yep.
Don't assume kindness
right.
for weakness, sort of thing. You know, and many trolls. It's funny how they all disappear as well whenever you like shine the light on them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But no, from the bottom of my heart, thanks for getting involved. Thanks for still being here. It's really kept it going.
Oh.
No, but honestly, it does. There's a difference when you're looking forward to doing a stream and not just doing it for the sake of it or feeling like you have to for the algorithm. You know, it's, when I'm chatting with friends, you know, the rest of it just comes with the territory. If that makes sense.
Yep. No.
And
It's
I'm
awesome
really
to
glad
be
you got
part of
involved.
it. Yeah, no, thank you for having us, really. Thank you for having me.
At this stage, I consider you as a team. You know, that's what it is. It's the team we've
Yeah.
built.
I like
And
that.
stronger together. You know, I think we have. Yes, I could be a podcast on my own. I could stare in the camera. I could be trying to get famous, but I'm not interested in that. It was always about the human connection at the end of the day. That's what I was looking for. You know, and sharing my love of a genre and all the different facets and talking about it. You know, that's what it's been about. And if folks happen to enjoy it and come on board, all the better. You know, that's a side effect. But this primarily just having these chats and just throwing all stuff in as well and not being scripted and you know.
That's the best way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Improvising.
And also going off on a
Being
tangent.
truthful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tangents are great. Yeah.
How many times you've been down the pub or talking to your friends about a movie and then it reminds you of something and then you go and talk about it?
Exactly.
That's you know,
exactly
and that's what we're doing here.
Yep.
So long may I continue. Here's to the next 4 or 5 years and keep this thing going, keeping it building. Folks, thanks for tuning in as well. And see the chat there. I didn't really get a chance to keep up though because we're just going out of here. But
Too busy.
yeah, like chat's been mental. Thanks everyone for jumping in and saying hello and supporting us. Like, you have really brought this thing to life. Especially the chat as well. It's great when we're talking and somebody jumps in and you know, just gives that bit of life and makes it 3D, makes it tangible rather than just staring into the ether.
Yeah.
But yeah, exciting things ahead. The email will be going out about the anthology. So if you're not already, go into the description, sign up to the email list. You'll find out all about that. And this will be the start of the new year of more stuff coming out and just taking it to the next level. And you'll see more of us together rather than our own pockets. We'll start bringing that together more and seeing the whole team. And who knows what's around the corner? You know what I mean? There's lots of conversations going on as well. Can't talk about yet, but there's more people getting involved and things afoot. And really looking forward to sharing it with you. But until next time, just leaving to say, keep up to date with the channel, do the typey clicky things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.